Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a
It's that umbrella guy, clutching the verbal hammer, locking you down in this inescapable syllable slammer. You wanna step up and try to oppose me? Yeah, you should ask anyone that really knows me. I'll take your blame, your girl, your dog, and move in your home, only to get out the verbal flamethrower and consume your plastic gnomes. You drift, you whip, you ride, your bride consumed by this mic hitter, just to drop them on the market to the highest bidder. It's that umbrella guy, live from the hat rack, with elbows that hit so hard you'll think it's a nuclear impact. I mean respecting you, please, that's the word you'll never earn. Yet another lesson you clowns have never learned. Along with standing tall in pride and repping values that you feel, and not fake morals you found inside your happy meal. I listen to you with your speaking style education, wondering if your parents bred with their relations, wearing your big red nose and still thinking that you're a star, while you're forced to bump that umbrella guy inside your clown car. Yeah, it's that umbrella guy, broadcasting live to the masses, timing out full, sorry we ran out of free passes. We gotta go further and not just expose you, listen and believe royalty, we gotta depose you. Getting masked up because this flow is criminal, dropping hammers so hard, they're subliminal. Unconsciously you want me to own you, as the parasol pope is set to dethrone you. And I'm out.
And I'm not actually out. Hey there, folks. Welcome to a Sunday edition. It took me a second to remember what day it is. It's a little early. But
the holidays will do that to you.
Yeah, for real. It's really, well, and this fun employment thing is really messing with me too. Every day is and isn't a work day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Potentially every day is a work day.
Potentially every day it is or isn't.
Yep.
It's
so
Schrodinger's
bizarre.
work day, actually.
Schrodinger's work day. Yes. If you don't look at the microphone, are you really working? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm on the wrong side again. Dang it. How did I get here? Let me there we go.
God, what has happened? I guess that. No, wait. I was set up before. I added myself. I'm the one who added us there.
Yeah, you're the one who added us. Why did I go on the left? It's very weird.
We had this theory of whoever adds or whatever, because we both set up as mods on each other's channel. That way, you can just add and stuff. Although it's funny, it has confused me. I'd be like, Megan, send me a link. She's like, you don't need a link. You can get in here.
You dummy, you don't need a link. Stop asking for a link.
Every time, man. Every time. It's like that one portion. It's like a memory that won't force in. I think fruit flies, a fruit fly can learn a maze after, 7 or 8 times? I think I've done that more times than a fruit fly learning a maze. So in that subject, I'm dumber than a fruit fly. That's awesome.
Is that less than medium smart? I'm not sure. I don't know
I
where
would
that falls
say,
on the
I
smart
would say if you're
category.
dumber than a fruit fly, you are less than medium smart.
Those things are fucking smart. They outsmarted me this year. They outsmarted every trap that I set for them.
Oh man, I hate those things. I do. I hate gnats and fruit flies and oh my god.
Oh, I just realized, talking about pests, I witnessed a mouse going into my house today.
Oh
and
god, there's one in my house somewhere too. I saw it run across the kitchen the other day.
Oh god,
And
I saw it actually go in from the outside, and I forgot to tell Mr. Fox where the hole is. I found it. I found the hole.
This one I haven't found. I saw it scurry across the floor in the kitchen. And I was like, man, I'm glad one of the girls didn't see it because they would have freaked out. You know, well, they would have been between, oh my God, it's a mouse. Can we catch it and keep it? You know, that would have been the way it went.
You know, they are so cute. They are so cute. I was traumatized once by having to take care of mice on a glue trap. And they were suffering so bad. And I hate those glue traps for mice. I asked my husband to please do something else. Like, please get like the snap traps so that it's over fast because, they're so cute. They're so cute and furry.
Yeah,
you know?
I set up glue traps for certain types of insects when they get in, and I've had stuff get stuck in them. I hate it, so I try to get them out of there. You know,
I hate
I've had
it
lizard.
too.
I had to get a lizard out last year, and I don't know. I had a mouse one time. I used to. My mom, when I was a teenager, my mom used to set up, snap traps, kill all the mice. But I watched these 2 mice one time, and one mouse got caught actually in a glue trap that my mom had set up. And this other mouse was just so worried about him, just frantic. So I ended up getting the mouse out. I ended up catching them both. And I took them and released them. But it was around Christmas. So I'd gotten pictures of the mice, there. And I got a little video where the mouse was worried. And I gave it to my mom for Christmas. She was like, that's horrible. Why would you? And I wrote her a little poem, the ode to the mouse you almost killed, or ode from the mouse you almost killed. She's like, that's terrible.
That's terrible. I can't think about it. I know my husband's down there killing mice all year long. I mean, all winter long. But I can't think about it. They're so cute and smart. And like, I don't like killing creatures in the house. Like, in fact, last night if we were streaming last night, I'm losing track of days. Last time we were streaming, a stink bug was crawling on my keyboard. And I was just watching this thing, and it kept trying to get under the keys. Like it was looking for a spot to I don't know what it was looking for, and it couldn't do it. And I was just like, I'm just leaving it alone. Like, I don't know. I try to trap spiders and take them out. Like, I don't want to kill stuff. I've gotten weird in my old age. I just don't want to kill anything.
It's a masochist insect. It's like, crush me like I'm a bug. And you're like, you are a bug. No, it forgot itself for a minute. I hate stink bugs, man. I hate those things.
Somebody wants to know if I've made a medium smart t-shirt yet. No, because I'm lazy and stupid and I don't grift well. And I haven't done it, even though I need to. I know you guys have all been asking for that for a very long time, and I am. There's just no excuse for me. I'm sorry.
That's a New Year's resolution, right? You'll grift better. I will grift.
I will be a better grifter in 2025.
I mean, there are goals. That is a good goal right there. I will create a shirt that says that I am medium smart. Wait a minute.
Yes, I will try.
I will create a shirt for myself that says smarter than the average fruit fly.
First, you have to become smarter than the average fruit fly.
It's true, man.
Which means you have to stop asking me for links.
I'll be holding a book. I'll be holding a book full of links, and I'll be like, smarter than the average fruit fly. Bam. That's hilarious. Oh man, the holidays. Got a kid right. I was about to mention one, and they just appear.
There's a bug on the floor that gone. You see where you go, so I chased it off.
Oh, you read it off?
Yeah,
okay.
But I didn't step on it. Yeah, I tried to step on it, but it got off my shoe. I didn't know how.
Oh, it got on your shoe?
No, it got off my shoe when I was trying to.
Oh, you were trying to smush it, and you didn't. Oh, yeah, you got to smush it harder.
I was trying to. It was
What
a
kind of
tiny
bug was
bug.
it? Oh, where is it? Okay, yeah.
It was an orange bug that had a little polka dots and stuff.
Okay, all right.
But I need to kill it. I don't know how to kill it.
Oh man, I don't know. Well, it ran off anyway, so.
It's in the kitchen.
It's in the kitchen. Oh man, you know what else is on the kitchen?
What?
A mouse.
Actually, it was a bug.
You sure you didn't see a mouse?
No.
Well, hey, I go play and have fun. I'll keep an eye out for that bug. Okay. I'll keep a stern watch out for it. I will.
And she's talking about bugs. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's funny. She's basically coming to tell me if it were up there and wouldn't move, she would have come and tell me to get it away from me. And look, it isn't even near you. Oh man.
Yeah, I have like a deal with the spiders in my house. If they stay up in the corners where they belong, I leave them alone. But if you come into my space, like if you come dropping down on my head and you scare me, you're going to get slapped. Like it's just going to happen. So I talk to the spiders in my house and I'm like, you're good up there. You stay there. Like I'll stay in my place. You stay in yours. We can share space.
If they're in a cage or something, they're okay. But if they're not, they are not okay. They are free game. I don't enjoy them particularly running loose,
I don't enjoy them, no, but if they stay in their little corner, they're eating other bugs, like fruit flies that really bother me.
Oh, poor fruit flies. Man, say it ain't so.
I hate them.
Oh, man. Yeah, I heard something, by the way, yesterday. I heard that, on a more serious note, I heard that some weirdos may have been encouraging other weirdos to contact CPS on your kids.
Yeah, they did. I have all the screenshots and the audio has been sent to me. I don't listen to that show anymore. I can't take it. I can't take it's awful. I can't listen to the hate. It makes me upset. So I don't listen to it, but people will tell me what's going on. And that one I heard from like 5 or 6 different people, like frantically. And, look, I just want to say it's a horrific thing to do to someone, to make false calls to the state on their children, about their children, and for them to say or suggest that that's what was happening to Lynette is absurd. People had red flags about that situation back in Northport. And back in Iowa, she had a child taken away from her. She's had children in 2017 taken away from her by CPS. Her grandchildren were taken away. She posted all over Facebook about it, how she lost her children, her grandchildren to CPS. So the idea that people are calling CPS on her when CPS has taken children from her multiple times, it indicates that there's a problem there. Calling CPS on someone because you don't like what they say online, because they're on the radio or they're on YouTube or whatever, is one of the most horrific things you can do to an individual. But I don't worry about me. I'm going to be absolutely fine, and so are my children. I have lawyers. I know people at the sheriff's office. The people don't realize I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I don't suggest any of you try it, though. But I'm not an idiot. I'm protected. My children are protected. And yeah, it's going to be fine. But I want to point out that this is not something that we are doing. This is something that side is doing constantly. Doxing people, suggesting that people should call CPS on others wrongfully. It would be a lie, by the way. So, and we are not doing that. We're telling you very clearly, do not contact anyone. Don't contact anyone we talk about. Don't contact the authorities about anyone we talk about, because it will not help. And we say that very clearly. We say it on almost every single broadcast. Yeah, and yes. I want to point out that when the head flea mentioned the CPS comment, she will claim that she was reading a chat. And so somehow she gets away with it because she was just reading a chat. And the chatter said, Megan needs CPS to visit her children or something like that. She repeats it. And then she says, I don't know about that, and moves on. If you're going to, first of all, it wasn't even a super chat. And if you're going to read something like
So
that,
she picked
and
a random comment, just
yes,
oopsie, I read that. I don't know. Uh-huh.
yeah,
Well, they
exactly.
dedicated it.
And that is, there's no other reason to read that than to encourage your audience of brain damaged individuals to do something that's stupid and cruel. There's something so outrageous about that. And also, if you're not going to vociferously condemn that action, then you should never have read it in the first place. You should never have said it in the first place. You should have let it go right by. And the reason why she didn't let it go right by is because that's exactly what she wants to happen. And yes, I do have a copy of the chat. If you guys, the chat's asking for it, Tug, I'm going to send it to you on Twitter in case you want to pull it up.
Yeah. Okay, give me a minute.
Let me go to Twitter. I haven't sent it to you yet. Here we go. Yeah, so there it is. And so this was the random chat that she pulled out that is not, it's not highlighted. It's not a member chat. It's not a paid chat. Yeah, it's by some person named Lana Dowell, who says Megan needs CPS visiting her children.
That's wild, by the way. I have to, the way Twitter saves it, I have to screenshot and take it. So it's taking me just a second. You know, it's the joys of Twitter these days. It is, you know, free speech, but not free reach, and every other weird thing you can think of that could go on. Damn it, it didn't save it. Right.
I always open a new window, and that helps make it easier to.
Yeah, sometimes it tries to save it as a web file, though. It's just something.
Weird.
It does it on the desktop. So when I'm setting on the desktop, it'll do that, and it doesn't do it consistently.
Maybe it'll work for me. Hold on.
I've got it right here. I've got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Yeah. It just takes me a minute because I screenshot it, you know, and I see it right there. This one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, and it gets read in the freaking, because there's a transcript plus, of course, I mean, that's
a recording.
Yeah, but
it
gets
and I already have it downloaded. I already have it for evidence. Don't worry. I'll be able to show anyone from CPS who comes here exactly where this came from.
Yeah.
So again, you don't think about these things, but I can prove that this was linked right back to you, Lisa. Right back to you. I can prove it to anyone, any state official who comes to my door, and you're helping me build a case that you are harassing me.
Well, it's funny the way that this came up too, because it came up right after I saw the transcript on this. So it came up right after discussion about how we're all going to be added to litigation. You know, somehow in some way, these dumbasses think that in the federal litigation, they can just add whomever they want.
That's so funny. Do they not know what the role of the plaintiff is versus the defendants?
They don't.
Defendants can't add plaintiffs to a case. You can't do that. And if Bruce is telling you that you can, there's something wrong with him. Well, of course, we know there's something wrong with him.
It comes up within a minute of that, because it goes, again, I'm just randomly reading this. You know, if he does, talking about Jeremy, this is going to be a huge case, because if I get added, so can Megan, Tug, all of them. They better plan on getting lawyers. Megan needs one anyway, because it's going to be a separate thing for her. LOL. Jeremy has absolutely no plans on something. There's a little bit, the property. And then right after the statement there, you have it come up. Well, Megan needs CPS visiting her children. So,
and then her response was, I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know about that. No, that doesn't need to happen. I don't know about that. Yeah, remember? I mean, it's just like, we didn't dox anyone like Patty. We just put the info. They dedicated a stream, an entire stream.
To find her last name.
Well, they dedicated an entire stream because of your TLDR. You put that right there. And of course, there needs to be deflection right away. So, of course, you know, in that, it makes you fair game for anything. And that's how PR people that, again, are telling the world that they're PR should be very careful about shit like that. You know, there's there's a liability component in everything that they've done.
If CPS does visit me and I have to hire a lawyer and spend any money getting, extricating myself from that situation, believe me, they will face a lawsuit for that. They will face that. I will sue them for all of the costs that I incur, because it will have come directly from them and I can prove it. That's how stupid that's how fucking dumb they are for saying these things out loud. Really, it's incredible to me. Like, good job, guys, because now I can tie it directly back to you. Thank you.
No, I've dealt with those. So I never mentioned this live. And this happened last year. I can't remember. I'd have to look up the exact date. I've got it marked down and everything. But yeah, I got a CPS visit because somebody claimed some pretty horrendous shit, and I was not happy about that. I didn't mention it until it was closed, out, because you have to give them time to. They go in that day. I explain the stuff we cover. People have made threats for fucking 2 years now with CPS. We've had fake calls before, but this one was next level. It was next level to the point that they separate your kids. That's why I was talking about. I know that they separate your kids, and they actually talk to them. They have the power, unlike the police who can't do that. CPS can for specific things. And you know how damaging and how upsetting that is to a child when you're asking them questions that children don't understand. They understand. I mean, I can't tell you the level of anger that came with that.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. So I was just like, you nasty mothers, you nasty mofos, man. They that's what they do, though. What haters do is they put people in the crosshairs that are a vulnerability for you because they know they can't touch you. You're not afraid of it. So that is an intimidation factor, but it's also a haha. If they do any damage, they'd be fucking applauding and laughing about it all the way home. Those little piggies would. They'd be like, wee, and all the fucking way home.
It's
but
terrible.
Yeah, we dealt with that. Yeah, and I mean, they close stuff out pretty quickly, with all of it. But it was, there was one day I'll talk about the whole situation with that. But
it's actually abuse to your children to put them through something.
It
like
very
that.
well is. It very well is. Your kids are asked, some, let's just say, questions, like I said, that they shouldn't be asked. They shouldn't be asked at any age, but especially not at an age where they don't understand those. They understand that law enforcement, because what happens typically, if there's just a claim of like unlivable conditions or anything, a CPS worker shows up. If there's some horrendous claim, they come with the police. They come with an investigator. And your kids understand that, there are police outside and people are asking me weird questions. Your kids pick up on that. And it's not a fun place to be with that. I have a lawyer, by the way. I've had a lawyer that's dealt with a few of them. Actually, Ty Beard dealt with a few of them. He was the first guy to ever deal with. I got my first fake CPS complaint in, I can't remember. I think it was 2019. It may have been 2020, but it was right in there. And Ty Beard was so pissed off about it. He was like, Ty is just a Texan of a lawyer. I love that guy. I absolutely love him. But when I talked to him, he was like, damn right, I'll deal with this. You know what? He would not take money from me either. I was like, dude, let me pay you. And so he was like, hell no. He was like, this is wrong. So he dealt with it. He was like, he explained it. And yeah, he did that twice actually. And we've dealt with, I think 4. I think I've dealt with 4 fake ones so far. I've never had a real one.
Yeah, that's so terrifying. I think it's awful that any human being would do that to someone else without an actual cause. Obviously, there are times when people need to make phone calls and you need to report things. That is completely reasonable. It is not reasonable, however, to call CPS on people you do not know over some shit you heard you don't like online.
Over no, not even dealing with kids. They didn't have anything to do.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with children. My children are not a part of my show. They're not on my YouTube channel. They are not. None of you out there have any idea, other than what I tell you about what it's like in my children's world, because I protect them from being public. I don't allow my children to be public, and because that's part of protecting them from the heinousness that is out there. And it's too bad because, it should be a place, the internet really should be a place where kids can take part in it and not be worried about the weirdos and sickos out there. But there are weirdos and sickos, some of whom sit on a channel for 6 hours a day, defaming people and threatening people. And I don't want my children having anything to do with any of that.
I don't want my kids doing anything that I cover like that. I don't need them to understand that. My kids understand that, they may hear a name of an actor, like they knew a Johnny. Everybody knows who a Johnny Depp is. You know what I mean? So they heard that I cover that, and people in the community mentioned that got mentioned in newspapers and stuff. So that happened, and the kids heard, but they didn't understand any of that. And I don't want them to understand ever.
This is funny. Natalia says you buy them clean makeup so they're not getting toxic chemicals on their faces. That's what I know. Yep, it's 100% accurate.
I heard that. I also heard that the other day. You were like, wait until they get to those teenage years and want makeup. Make sure that you get them the toxin-free stuff. We were talking about that live on your stuff, so it's hilarious.
It's true. It's true.
Hey, what's up, Jeremy? And I saw the. What the hell's in chat? What's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, we decided to start early. I thought it would be good. The last time I went 2 hours before Jeremy's Sunday. Again, I try not to overrun people that I like anyway, but I'm covering stuff associated with this court case. That is not right to try to stream near any time that he does. But last time it went right down to the wire, with super chats and everything. And this time I was like, well, we have a legal document to read. Maybe I'll give us plenty of time, So, speaking of that legal document, by the way,
are we going to try and finish the one we didn't finish first?
No, let's do this one first. I'm going to see this one, since this is funny. And then really the only thing we didn't, there may have not been any new stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we missed much. It was really just that people, a couple other people were added. I think we got
it was
through
just
all
about
of that.
additions, and I figure there needs to be a circle back to that and just explain. But all of that's there. Also, I noticed one other thing too to note. Shara, for some reason, this confuses me sometimes. Shara, I'll just note this. She has started. Keeping tabs. She always has, she's kept tabs on harassment and everything, but she started commenting under a video that she did in October. And I didn't notice that she was commenting under that one. So it threw me off. The other day, I was like, hey, Merry Christmas. I just noted that on Shara's account. And then I noticed it say, she's replied. And yeah, it said that she had replied on that post. So I looked and yeah, it decided to tell me she had replied one time when she had actually been posting on there for multiple times. So that's something else that I've missed as well. So
Facebook is terrible with the organization of new comments. I always have to organize them as to newest comments so you can see what's been added. I hate Facebook.
I thought this, though, would be fun to cover. One of the things, too, that we've done that morons really don't like doing. They like to read only one type. They don't want to read anything that talks about proof. They don't talk about anything associated with what Jeremy Hales alleges in court. Why? Because Jeremy Hales comes with quite a bit of information, and that information would probably be very detrimental to what they do. We laughed at BBB for a little while and refused to cover a couple of his filings. But now when we're looking at the case, we've gotten past those were the early hurdles. We laughed when his stuff was shot down. But now we're looking at the real game on stuff. And it's kind of funny because some of his filings are, I'm like, what kind of argument is this?
This is bizarre. This is a really bizarre one. So this is his opposition to the amended motion for the amended complaint, right?
Yeah.
This is him telling the judge why he thinks that he shouldn't be added or the other defendants shouldn't be added to Jeremy's case. It's very interesting.
The whole argument, though, it centers a lot around, well, really, not a whole argument, but a lot of it is around timeliness.
Yeah. I think
like
he missed the calendar that we read.
I was like, did you miss the calendar the judge put together? Because I remember it.
The deadline was December 18th, and they amended the complaint twice before December 18th.
Yeah. Oh, what stupidity. But let's look at this anyway. So this again, do you want to do pages? I'll start.
Sure.
And then, okay. So again, this is opposition to amended motion for leave to file amended complaint, noting that the court should deny the plaintiff's amended motion, blah, 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 blah. That would be document entry number 47. If you're keeping up, by the way, you can look up any court document. Some documents, some of them aren't free. Some of them are, but you can usually find them. Somebody will end up posting almost everything, so you can find it, but they're numbered. That's what that means. So docket entry number 47, when they're responding, you can always keep up with it that way. But on the grounds of both undue delay that would result if the amendment is allowed and undue prejudice to the defendants. So there's your arguments there. It's going to be undue delay and undue prejudice. Additionally, the amendment would be so futile, and so the motion should be denied for this reason as well.
Really? Futile. Strange. He's used words like this before. It hasn't gone well for him, but okay, we'll see how it works out. 5
denials and 3.
Yeah.
I mean, God, he had a twofer, then he had a one-off that came in the same day, then he had another twofer, which they also, were trying to spin as a win. And that was one of the most bizarre things that I've seen in the last few weeks. Anyway.
The chat's asking when we're going to finish Shara's deposition. We're only taking one night off. Don't worry. Lots of stuff is dropping like all at the same time. So it's a little difficult for us to get through a 300-page deposition all at once and then also cover this. So we'll get back to that probably tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, I figure.
We'll say if nothing crazy comes up. Every time I say, well, we'll get it tomorrow. Yeah, let me say that. Yeah, we'll get right back to it tomorrow. Let's see what huge monstrous thing pops up tomorrow, because I said that aloud.
And I mean, if for some reason we get through this before 2 hours, maybe we could read a couple more pages, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens. And the one thing to remember on these, though, this is timely. This is something that the court is going to rule on right away. The Shara, her depot, it's timely, but at the same time, all of that information that stays out there. That's something that, God, just information seeking on its own, on its face. It's just shocking stuff. It doesn't have, it's not going to be just ruled on. So anyway, although leave to amend shall be freely given when justice so requires, a motion to amend may be denied on numerous grounds, such as undue delay, undue prejudice to the defendants, and futility of the amendment. And again, you can see what they note there, and you can look up any of those if you so choose. Substantial reasons justifying a denial include undue delay, bad faith. God, I cannot freaking...
Dilatory?
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 There we go. I had it. It was like this whole side over here, the way I had it blown up.
I actually don't know what that word means. I'm going to look it up.
It shows up there. I had to check the stream there because
slow and likely.
I thought it
caused delay.
I thought it said dildatory at first because you couldn't read it up there.
It means slow and likely to cause delay.
If
that's what it said, it wouldn't be allowed in Texas. We know that.
Yeah, for real. Well, I don't know. Maybe you could list it 6 times. After 6 times, you can say the word again. Maybe it's maybe it's Sir. I don't know who the equivalent of a Mary Kay person is for dildos, but I guess if you say it 6 times, maybe they pop up at your house. I'm not sure.
I think they call those the surprise party ladies.
The surprise.
No, for
It really
real.
would be a surprise.
For real, that's what it's called, surprise party.
Ooh, I would really be surprised by that party for sure. Yeah. Okay. Check out on aisle what? Dilatory motive on the part of the movement. Undue prejudice to the opposing party by virtue of allowance of the amendment and futility of the amendment. Again, plenty of freaking cases attached to that. All right, here we go.
All right. Although it shouldn't be necessary for the court to consider whether the amendment would be futile given the other grounds for denying the plaintiff's motion, it is futile because no actionable conduct is alleged. Just unrelated allegations artificially tying together the putative defendants in a supposed conspiracy to take down the plaintiff, whatever that means.
You know, there are actionable conduct is alleged, though. They do indeed note actions that...
Conspiracy is an actionable conduct. Conspiracy is a real thing. And also, how is he claiming he doesn't know what take down Jeremy Hales means? When he himself wrote that he's starting a anti-what-the-hales media ecosystem. What the hell, man? Stop treating us like we're idiots. We may be medium smart, but we know things.
I may think that a word says dildoatory, but you know what? I still know what takedown means.
I know what takedown means. I might not know what dildatory means.
I don't think you can say that word 6 times in Texas, but damn it.
You know, we are dangerously close to being illegal in Texas right now for saying that so many
I think
times.
we have probably said that way too many times.
Maybe Bruce can file a motion to have us arrested for violating Texas law.
Oh my God, could you imagine a lawsuit with that? Oh my God. I almost hope that happens.
You know, that's what they're hatching, right? They're trying to hatch a way to get us all arrested. Yeah. Arrested, Tug, for speech.
They've said that plenty of times. You know, and again, they think they are allowed. Again, BBB has gone out and set up his own media ecosystem for this stuff, but he wants to pretend that we don't have the right to cover this because we don't agree. I'll go right out and say it. I believe that he is a co-conspirator in this shit. I believe that he, by his own words, was putting together, again, the anti-what-the-hales media ecosystem to ruin Jeremy. And again, you don't have to take my word on it. You can take his word on it.
Doe's Reality is pointing out, Megan even knows what gauntlet means. I do. I know exactly what gauntlet means. Unlike other channels. All right, let's see. To take down the plaintiff, whatever that means. And by the way, if you're a lawyer who does this with parentheses saying whatever that means, the judge is not going to look kindly on that. That's a snarky commentary. Mm-hmm. It's a snarky commentary on this. It's not needed. The judge is not going to like it. It's not cute, Bruce. You think you're being cute.
Especially this judge. This judge has been like, you guys are professionals. Remember that, right? You know?
Yeah, this judge is not going to find this amusing in any way. This is the kind of judge we need for David Gingras, too, because Gingras does this exact same thing in his filings. Yeah. Hashtag yikes. Hashtag me too. Look at me, Daddy. I'm a real judge now. Oh, my God. I believe
he put that in a filing. That was so nuts. Oh, by the way, just to note on that, I'll pull that back up in 1 second. But just to clarify this, he's whatever that means. Well, you know, we have the taking to help taking Hales out. We have the client here talking about he needs to go under, knocking him off YouTube permanently. And of course, we have the building the what the hales.
Was he the one who said take him out?
It was in the.
Or was that
he
John Cook?
quoted. No, that was Bruce that wrote it. He spoke to someone else. Michelle said that person was totally trustworthy and said her text to me was anything to help taking Hales out.
Take Hales out.
And then when Shara was like, "Yo, I'm not interested in taking him out. I'm just
and then
interested."
he says, "I'm showing you she's on our side,
Yes,
our
so
side,
taking
him out."
Yep. So he's
conspiracy.
So
in other words, she's a co-conspirator.
Yeah. So when you're wondering, how that blinks in, there you go, Bruce. I'm glad to clarify that for you.
Wow. Just wow. By the way, I'm also very proud of myself. I have been to the gym 3 days in a row. I would like a round of applause from everyone. 3 days in a row. I have walked a total of 7 miles in 3 days.
You deserve those applause right there for sure. You deserve more claps than the free clinic down here. No, wait, I shouldn't say it that way.
Wait a minute.
Wrong applause.
Don't you wish the clap on me? That's funny. Yeah. I'm sitting under a heating pad right now, but I have walked a total of 7 miles at a very fast speed. Flux assures me I would pass the Army test for walkers, which is which makes me think the Army needs to raise its standards.
Yeah, they raise the bar a little.
If a 48-year-old mother of 3 who hasn't worked out in several months can meet the Army standard on her first try, yeah, your standard's not high enough.
That's what I used to think about, like the Tennessee Police Department. I know all these police officers that were part of it, and they would pass physicals all the time. I was like, how exactly do you do that? How are you passing anything? Like one of them was complaining, if you get to a certain, years, you have to climb over. I was like, you can barely climb your ass out of a chair. I don't even know how you can climb over an obstacle. Like, how was that working? Yeah, somebody, all those, the sound of a tree, the whole both sound of one hand clapping and all of that.
Yes,
I always thought, every time someone's like, what is the sound of one hand clapping? I'm like, that's the free clinic. That's what the sound is.
Okay. Where was I?
I don't know.
If a complaint as amended is still subject to dismissal, leave to amend need not be given. Well, wait a minute, but it wasn't subject to dismissal because the judge told him he wasn't going to let him dismiss it. And he said,
yep.
And then Bruce withdrew that. So I don't know why he's still doing that.
Well, I get this feeling that he's going to make this judge mad. He's definitely going to make this judge mad. He's just going to keep pushing and pushing.
That little whatever that means is going to piss off the judge. Good work, Bruce. You just couldn't keep that to yourself. You just can't keep your little comments to yourself. You filed this. Wow. Okay. All right. The plaintiff's motion fails to explain how the amendment would not result in prejudice or delay. The plaintiff's entire argument in support of the motion for leave to amend is contained in paragraph 5 of the motion. Here, the defendants cannot show prejudice, bad faith, or undue delay. This is because, 1, plaintiff has not sought leave to amend the complaint previously. Footnote number 1.
Let's see. There.
Contrary to the plaintiff's assertion, the plaintiff did previously file a motion for leave to amend on December 5th, docket entry number 40, only to supplant that motion with the present motion 1 day before a response was due to the first one. Oh, well, guess what? New information came out in Shara's deposition, and he was able to get it in before the deadline.
Yep. Yep.
And if in the second amended complaint, this line still remained, that was just a Scrivener's error. Right? And he could have put in like a little footnote that says, except for the one last week or whatever, because new information came forward.
Yep.
The possibility, number 2, the possibility of adding parties is contemplated by the scheduling order in this case. What? The possibility of adding parties is contemplated by the schedule. Yeah.
The timeliness.
It's there. It said December 18th.
Yeah. I mean, good Lord, we all saw this.
The word contemplated?
I feel like I'm being gaslit in fucking motions.
Wait, does he mean contemplated or does he mean complicated? Because
condomated. I don't know what he means.
No, I guess he means contemplated in the terms of being set out for a long time. Okay, fine. The possibility of adding parties is contemplated by the scheduling order in this case. Yeah, and the scheduling order said December 18th, so they have not missed it. He made it by the deadline. This is also going to piss off the judge, because the judge is going to be like, sir, can you read?
Yeah, because that's what he's saying with 3. Like with 3, this motion is timely. It is timely there.
Oh, he's quoting Randy. I see. Yeah. Okay, sorry. This is quoting the other one. Yes, because it's timely. This motion is timely thereunder. There is no further argument or explanation, and not a single word different from the first motion for leave to amend docket entry 40 that the present motion supplanted, despite the addition of 4 more defendants. There is no explanation for how adding 6 new defendants and 14 new counts, all based on allegations separate and apart from those underlying the current 6-count operative complaint, somehow would not result in prejudice or undue delay. Footnote number 2 says, and this one made me LOL, unlike defendants Preston and Cook, none of the 6 putative defendants are implicated in the defamatory road signs or any extortionate threats against the plaintiff. Excuse me? Really? They're not implicated in extortionate threats against plaintiff? Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah.
He just hasn't detailed them all because he doesn't have to in his amended complaint. Like, that can come later. Or in using their defamatory statements to persuade Hales' customers to stop supporting Hales. Is he stupid or something? Because the entire Olight contract debacle was because of Lisa Lee.
Yep. And they admit it. I mean,
and they admitted it.
Admitted it.
And they admitted it. Mm-hmm. The entire whatnot problem is because of that channel. They have said they want to call his school, the school where he teaches, auctioning or auctioneering or whatever. I don't know how to say it. They've encouraged their audience to call to get him canceled off of that. They've encouraged their audience to call Olight, and he did lose his agreement with them. This is outrageous that he couldn't even put this in there. This is an out and out lie.
It's just amazing to throw that in there, to pretend. But, he's trying to talk. What's really fascinating is he's talking about himself. This is one of those really bizarre filings because he's also mentioning himself. We are talking about documents that potentially add him to litigation. And oh my God.
He's written letters to YouTube Legal trying to get Jeremy's whole channel shut down. His whole channel shut down. He is out of his mind if he thinks that is not about persuading Hales' customers to stop supporting him. Yes, it is.
By the way, we have 3,400, almost 50 people. Welcome. If you haven't shared this out, make sure you tell people that we're live. Make sure you like. That is free. Make sure you do. Make sure you stick around too. If you decide, hey, I got a bail, it's late. Make sure, let it play. That way, more time on here. If you walk away, the algorithm loves it. So always remember that for any channel, not just ours. If you like something and you want it to get out there, and if you want to go further, remember we are independent media. So if you want to support independent endeavors, breadsticks are definitely welcome. Super chats, memberships especially. I love memberships. They make people feel like they're part of everything. So definitely appreciate it. But welcome, folks. It's quite a few people. I didn't know how different time that noon one did very well too. You had a lot of
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But we've had so much news lately that we wouldn't be able to keep up with it. And I have a short week this week. I have to stop streaming on Wednesday, or on Tuesday will be my last stream for about a week, unless I can find time to sneak one in because I have house guests coming.
We're gonna do our best to crush in what we can with that, and get it in there and get it moving.
Right.
Okay, so there's no explanation why or how the fact that, quote, adding parties is contemplated by scheduling order in this case is relevant to, let alone decisive on, the issue of prejudice, bad faith, and or delay. FRCP 16B requires entry of scheduling order in all civil cases, and Rule 16B3A provides, quote, the scheduling order must limit the time to join other parties, amend the pleadings. It does. Amend complete discovery file motions that a scheduling order, quote, contemplates adding parties is completely unrelated to whether there are grounds to deny leave to amend. What? A scheduling
It's
order
completely unrelated. What?
What does that even
How can
fucking
it be?
mean?
How can it be completely unrelated? Wait. It did. The scheduling order did limit the time to join other parties to December 18th, and they met it.
It's
That a
completely
scheduling order contemplates
unrelated to
any,
So he's
whether
saying
there are
other
grounds for denying leave to. Yeah, I get. He means other grounds besides timeliness. Okay, fine.
This is a problem with Lord. Okay, if you look at Randy's filings, you know what you see. They're succinct. They're concise. They say, if A, then B, then C. They don't just mumble and choke things full of almost indecipherable sentences. If a judge reads through this and there's any confusion in what he says, what he's going to think is, first of all, there's no point to that. But second of all, this guy's a moron. You know?
Yeah.
You don't want a judge thinking, man, this lawyer is a moron. There is no explanation for how the fact that the plaintiff's motion, quote, is timely thereunder the scheduling order leads to the conclusion that there would be no prejudice if it were allowed, apart from the protraction of litigation. That
So is he admitting that it's timely? He's admitting that
that's
it's
what
timely.
it sounds like. That's what it sounds like there. You know, timely.
After saying that it's not timely, he's like, well, and even if it is timely.
He's saying even if it is timely, it'll cause it.
I still hate it.
Yeah.
Undue prejudice. Yeah. I would have to see an actual
litigation. He's saying this is going to make it longer. This is the guy who bragged about delaying a case for 5 months.
Yeah, and he wrote that down. He put that in writing.
Yeah. He's like, well, this should be timely. This should be quick. You know, well, we don't need protraction. That's weird because you didn't think that before, did you, buddy?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I got kid ready real quick. Hey, kiddo. What you doing, kiddo?
I thought you were going to do that bug thing.
No, I'm going to have to search for it. So I was doing a little bit of research.
There was a bug on the floor. It's tiny. Yeah. It has a little polka dot. If you see that,
Tiny
just tell me what bug it is because I don't know bugs sometimes.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
I'll
ladybug.
keep my eyes out for it. I'll look for it very well. Okay.
Tiny with polka dots sounds like a ladybug.
Yeah, well, it does. It sounds like some kind of ladybug. Was it small like a ladybug? Like a little round kind of?
Yeah, but it has polka dots.
Yeah, that sounds
black
like a ladybug.
polka dots. But I didn't know what color it is. Yeah. Like, check for it. It's in the kitchen or it went to a different side that's on you.
I will look all around. I will.
If you find it, just kill it with your shoe or something.
Okay, I'll kill it with my shoe or something. Okay, I will definitely or something it for sure.
Like a broom or something.
Oh, with like a broom or something?
Like a bottom broom thing like that.
Okay. What if there's no broom? What do I use?
A hammer.
Well, I do like hammers. I admit. I've talked about my love for hammers before, so I guess you're right on that. Yeah. All right, well, give me 5. You go watch TV. Hey, you know one way to avoid the bug?
What?
Don't go down there. You stay in your room, play with your Christmas toys. And,
well, what if I want something from the thing?
Well, keep your eyes wide open. Just keep looking back and forth. It sounds like a ladybug. They're very nice though. They don't bother me.
If it's yellow, it might not be the nice one.
That bug is not a ladybug.
Okay, it's not. You're like it ain't. It show ain't no lady. I got you.
It's not red. It's a different color, but I didn't know what color. I didn't know if it was yellow, blue, or a different color
well,
from the rainbow.
If you spot it again,
but she knows it's not red. It's probably an Asian beetle.
Yeah. All right. Well, give me 5. You go do your thing.
But I want a pizza bite.
What?
Pizza
You
bite.
have a whole pizza upstairs, child.
No pizza bite.
You have a whole pizza. I bought an entire pizza for you.
I want pizza bite.
You go eat your pizza.
I want
No
pizza
way.
bite.
We are not having pizza on top of a whole pizza. You
have pizza bite.
I know you know pizza. I bought an entire pizza for you.
No, pizza bite.
I know. Go eat your pizza. And the little things that I got for you too. Go eat those. Yeah. Yeah. Did you forget about that? Yeah. It's like, whoops, I forgot. I have a whole pizza upstairs.
And those little circle things.
Yeah, and the circle things, exactly. All right, go eat them. But hey, you better go have fun. It's almost bedtime. You better go have fun.
I'm trying to go up the stairs.
I see you. I see you. She's like, I'm trying to get up the stairs. It's so difficult.
So hard. So
Don't
hard
Look
to get
at
up the stairs.
me!
Okay, we'll go upstairs.
Don't look at me.
I won't look at you. Go though. I won't look at you.
It's hard to get up the stairs.
Oh my God, she's so funny. It's hard to get up the stairs. Don't look at me as she doesn't go up the stairs.
Creeping up the steps. Hey, close that door tight for me, okay? Thank you. It keeps it warmer down here. Thank you for closing it. Yeah, they were just this morning, like at 8:30. They were like, "Dad, you know what we want?" I was like, "What do you want?" "We want pizza." I was like, "Not a pizza, please, not a pizza. I don't mind pizza. I hate pizza. The one that makes me tired. All the carbs and it, gross, you know." So for 2.5 hours, I heard about the the benefits of a pizza. So I was like, all right, well, I guess it's Sunday. But now I'm hearing like, oh yeah, actually I just want pizza bites. I'm like, yeah, pizza bites are like
Not after begging for pizza all day, you don't.
Yeah, I'm like, they're $1.18, pizza from a place is not that. So we could have done that all day long. I'd have been totally happy with those.
Funny.
All right, but anyway, here we go. So apart from the protraction of the litigation that would result from adding 6 new defendants and 14 new counts, the plaintiff has made public statements about adding the undersigned as a defendant to create a basis for seeking his disqualification as counsel for Preston and Cook. He's like, well, he actually said it would disqualify me. He linked in some videos for that.
That disqualification, or the possibility of the disqualification, I don't think Jeremy saying it means that that's the reason for adding him.
No.
That's just a consequence of him being added. He will most likely not be able to stay as counsel. He'll have to get his own counsel.
Bruce, quote this in a document. Here you go. The reason Jeremy Hales would not want to remove you is because you're an absolute moron. So anybody facing off from you actually benefits from the fact he said this too. Bruce is the best lawyer for Jeremy that he didn't have to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
He sees you as a benefit.
Putting him in the suit actually takes a risk that they'll somehow get a better lawyer who knows what they're doing in federal court, and it'll be a tougher fight. So frankly, if he gets added or not added, if he doesn't get added, it still benefits Jeremy because then he's still the lawyer on this case.
Yep. BBB, aka DDDDD.
And again, I like how it's interesting to me. Again, BBB is using he's using the First Amendment as a reason to punish Jeremy for some reason. Again, it's always about silencing Jeremy.
Well, you know what? It's because Munchkin here is a little man. He's a very little man. Munchkin. Munchkin.
Munchkin.
He's not a munchkin. He's a munchkin. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Stupid. Professional. These statements suggest that it's for the purpose of causing prejudice to defendants Preston and Cook losing their counsel that the plaintiff seeks to add the undersigned as a defendant.
Don't miss footnote number 3. Oh, it was just YouTube. Yeah. It was YouTube links.
Yeah,
okay,
YouTube.
Never mind.
We have 4 that comes up right here. Yeah, that's good though. If you see one come up, make sure I don't skip them. B, the claims against all 6 punitive defendants could have been brought sooner. No, a lot of that deals with what Shara actually had to say. And all of the information Shara has put out there, like the anti-what-the-hales media ecosystem.
Patty Plummer.
All of that, that's a lot newer. All of that. So
that all came out of her deposition. That's why it got added after that. Yeah.
Yep. So this is a ridiculous argument. And the amendment will cause undue delay and prejudice. There's no explanation in the plaintiff's motion for not adding all new punitive defendants sooner, including why 4 of the 6 punitive defendants were left out of the first motion for leave to amend.
Because there was less information then. That's my guess.
And he notes here in the footnote too, the successive motions for leave to amend filed 2 weeks apart provided 2 rounds of YouTube content.
Oh yeah,
it's
about
he's YouTube. This again. The judge has already said he doesn't mind.
The judge doesn't want to hear this. He doesn't want to hear this argument. He already said so. He already told you. God, he doesn't listen.
That's okay though. I mean, make the judge.
This is why, I hope he does.
It's a great argument. Mention it 500 more times, please.
The judge already told you he doesn't want this argument, Bruce, but you continue to give it to him. That's really interesting. Mm-hmm.
Great argument, Bruce. Love it. Mm-hmm. Keep with it. Anything the judge says is opposite day. Actually, the judge loves it when you argue with him. He secretly loves it. You tell him. Also tell him you don't like his tie. You don't like his haircut. All kinds of stuff. He really likes it. Put that in a filing too, please. By the way, Judge, if you hear that, I love your haircut. And a tie. It's in your tie.
And your tie. I love it.
Yes, I love your tie, though. I actually love all types of ties. Bow tie, clip on. I don't care what you wear. It's good. Yep.
Cravat. I'm a big fan of the cravat, personally.
I mean, I don't care. You unbutton one. You want to look a little flexy like that, too? I like that, too, Judge. I'm sure it looks good on you. Yeah.
He looks like he hits the gym. That judge.
He does. Man, I don't care if
muscles under there. I think the ladies in the audience would like to take a peek.
I don't care if he has a tattoo on his chest that says justice across with giant scales on there. I mean, honestly, as long as the filings reflect justice, I think everything looks good on a judge that is fuck around and find out judge. And that's what kind of judge he seems like. So it all looks good on that, for real.
Oh my Lord. There are some of you in the chat that don't know what a cravat is. Well, if you've ever watched an English period drama, Mr. Darcy, for instance, in Pride and Prejudice will wear, it's like a scarf, like a silk scarf that's wrapped around the neck a couple of times for the men and then tucked into the vest. And there's sometimes a pin. They're beautiful.
They're wearing to hide vampire bites in movies,
Yeah. Vampires wear them. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, with those beautiful like brocade vests that are like with gold thread. I love that. It was back when men could, really dress up with with fancy shoes and stuff.
When you could afford to eat steak on a salary and go out to eat and buy a really nice suit. Yeah, man.
Would a cravat stop a guillotine blade? No, JW, it would not. In fact, many a French cravat ended up in a basket.
That's true. That's true.
An ascot, similar. An ascot's a little bit different. An ascot's a later.
I thought you said a mascot. I was like, a mascot might stop one.
An ascot is a later version of the cravat. So the ascot is like a modern version. So you'll see ascots that British people still wear them with a morning suit. I think they call it a morning suit. I know my male fashion. I know my British male fashion.
I just think it's funny. Yeah,
I read enough romance novels to know.
I'll show you one real quick.
You need to do an avatar in a cravat.
they look good, but they
do look good.
They also, it's something you see in like every freaking vampire movie out there.
Every vampire movie ever. Yes. Yeah. Now, yes, exactly.
It's like, oh, he's really a vampire, but he covered it up with this flimsy piece of cloth, and we never would have noticed that he has no reflection. And he's been hanging out with a monster. I always love that. All those old Hammer videos, especially, the ones that come from overseas. Yes, they always had them. I love those, by the way. I love sitting down and watching them. All right, now that I've derailed myself for that.
Johnny Depp wore one at his trial? Really? Did he? That wouldn't surprise me. He wears I've seen him in in ties like that. Like an ascot, you mean? Mm-hmm. It's possible.
Oh yeah, man. He can get away with dressing however he wants. See, that's what I love about about when you get labeled. Like for me in real life, people are like, hey, he's a little weird, so I can dress however I want. And Johnny Depp is at the epitome of cool, odd Hollywood, so he could dress any way he wants to. That's where you need to be in life, you know.
All right, the chat is reminding me that I need to change my avatar now because the show has been officially derailed. The derailer is back. We're now talking about male English fashion, and you're welcome. You're welcome, chat. Jeremy should wear one at the trials, says Joanna.
I don't know. They'll be talking about how he's actually a vampire. To quote that umbrella guy and Megalodonus Fox, if that is indeed her name. Yes. We believe that he is a vampire pulling all of the strings. They are undead legion. They are after this poor, unfortunate person's property. You know, you're like, what? Wait. Okay.
All right, is this my page? Okay.
Yes.
The allegations against Manskin include an email dated April 19th, 2024, paragraph 51, and public statements made by him on July 17th, paragraph 67, yet even after he appeared as counsel pro hoc vice. The plaintiff waited more than 3 more months before seeking to add him as a defendant. So what? That's what the schedule is for. You are allowed to wait until you have everything in all your ducks in a row, as long as you get it in by the deadline. The allegations against Helm.
But the anti-what-the-hales media ecosystem comes from August 8th, just a note, by the way. I mean, if he's throwing in some dates, you know, he just wants to leave that out because he says, well, it includes, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. And also that one was probably the smoking gun.
Yep.
The allegations against Helm are that he began making defamatory YouTube videos about the plaintiff as early as April 2024, and specifically include a YouTube broadcast that, although the date is not mentioned in the complaint, occurred June 8th, according to the link. Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, all of it ties together with BBB. You know, again, they built this anti-what-the-hell's media ecosystem. When you have that, and then you look at all of the tie together, man, you get into discovery for this stuff. They've got to be afraid. Maybe they're too dumb to understand they should.
Yeah,
be
maybe. Okay. So yeah, before the anti-what-the-hell's media ecosystem email, there probably wasn't enough proof to hook them all together. I mean, that really did it. That's the smoking gun.
Yeah.
And it's like a puzzle, right? Just like I'm putting together all the evidence from Northport and before, as I was organizing it all, it's like a giant puzzle. And when you look at the evidence multiple times, by the way, you have to look at it over and over and over again. Sometimes a pattern becomes evident, and it takes a long time to put it together, to connect the strings, you know? Yep. You have like all these pieces of information, right? Imagine like a cork board. You have all these pieces of information, but sometimes it takes a long time to start connecting them together. Anyway, Weeks has allegedly, it's pretty provable, but okay, allegedly been broadcasting on YouTube as part of the conspiracy against the plaintiff since August 4th. Yeah, The allegations against Hughes go back to at least early September. Yet none of this matters. This entire argument is moot because it was timely. The allegations against Plummer go back to October and January. The allegations against Kesey are based on his appearance on a single YouTube live stream on August 11th. Date is shown by clicking a link in footnote 6, blah, 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 on which Matskin also appeared. Obviously, adding 6 new defendants and 14 new counts would obliterate the current schedule. He loves these words. That contemplates trial of the plaintiff's claim against the 2 current defendants to occur in August of 2025. All 6 new defendants would have to first be served process. Well, so that doesn't take long, including 2 from other states.
That doesn't matter either.
That doesn't matter either.
Federal case. So.
All would need to hire counsel to file appearances. Well, that's what we call their problem. Any one defendant on whom service is not affected or who chooses not to appear, triggering default, and attendant time periods for that process to play out can create more delay. Is he threatening more delay?
That's what it sounds like. I mean, again, I hope that the court is reminded that this man bragged about delaying 5 months. So, yeah, I hope that makes its way into some types of filings when they talk about timeliness. If we were worried about timeliness, well, we could have already, seriously, if they were worried about the timeliness of this case, why then is this guy out there saying that part of his strategy was to put that on? And when you do that, I mean, part of that is to make the other person incur loss, monetary loss. They have to pay lawyers. They have to, again, and not to mention the stress and everything else that comes with it as well.
And the delay, by the way, only benefits them. It doesn't benefit Jeremy at all.
Yep.
Think about that. Jeremy wants this over and done with. He's ready to go to trial. He wants to go yesterday.
Yeah, because
these are the people who want the delay are the defendants, which Bruce has already admitted. Jeremy does not benefit from any delay.
If they think the stuff, like they noted one sentence on Weeks, for example, if they think that's all, man, they're the transcripts, holy God.
Oh, yeah, right? Like, you don't have to put every single piece of evidence in your complaint. That comes through discovery. There's going to be more through discovery. That comes later while you're trying the case. It'll be, brought up in depositions, etc.
This stuff, I mean, with BBB mailing, like he really screwed up because of the admission there when he was so intent on taking down Veteran Nation. Again, what he admitted, and he mailed out and included people randomly with this stuff. No one would have known about it, but his fucking ego.
He sent it to me. He literally sent me his YouTube email about Veteran Nation.
And you know why that would be? See, that's even more
intimidation,
proof.
harassment.
No, I even more than that. I would say that's him telling you to cover the case.
Oh yeah, he said it specifically. I'm looking forward to your coverage on this. On whatever it was, I don't remember what it was exactly. He was telling me to cover.
There was the John thing specifically. He said he was looking forward to your coverage on. But I mean, him mailing you items that you wouldn't be able to get a hold of yourself. What other reason do you mail a journalist besides telling them, "Hey, go ahead, cover this"? So only once the parties are properly joined or else defaulted will it be possible to reestablish a schedule from scratch. It would be at that point require, or whether it would at that point, I put a B in there for some reason, a much longer schedule due to the number of parties and all the potential discovery issues in motion practice. A straightforward lawsuit involving discrete claims against two defendants would become a litigation morass and procedural quagmire. It's funny, like they want to use quagmire, but they don't understand what a gauntlet is. That's amazing. Promising to consume inordinate court time and resources, all while serving the plaintiff's purpose of generating ongoing YouTube content from this litigation. Again, this argument. Yet again.
Yeah, the judge is going to love that. Oh, God, this is brilliant, Bruce. You're so smart.
And then C, this case noting allowing amendment quote would have produced more attempts at discovery, delayed disposition of the case, likely prejudice, USF. In addition, there seemed to be no good reason Maynard could not have made the motion earlier. Well, they can argue why they wouldn't. Again, Shara, that is the bombshell. The delay that would be caused if the plaintiff's amendment is allowed will severely prejudice the rights of the current defendant.
That's weird because he wanted the 5-month delay. How come the 5-month delay didn't prejudice his defendants?
And he notes this, look, who have already been involuntary litigants for nearly 10 months. 5 of that, again, if he's going to complain about that, man, I hope Reed eats his ass up with his own words.
Can you please tell me who's a voluntary litigant? Has there ever in the history of any civil lawsuit ever been a voluntary defendant?
Are people like, please sue me, please?
Yeah, like, I'm totally amenable to being sued. Like, who says that? What even is that? That's not a thing. You don't have to be a voluntary litigant.
But if he would have been down with making this stuff move quicker, Look at all the months. He wants to complain about nearly 10 months. Half of that time can be attributed to one thing that Bruce says that he did intentionally.
That he did it. And by the way, maybe had he not done that, this would be over by now, and none of these people would have been able to be added.
That's true too. Whoopsie.
Think about that.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, his strategy has really backfired.
That's a brilliant thing. I didn't think about that. He caused that scheduling. He caused it with all of that.
And then he created the what the Hales media ecosystem that made it possible for Jeremy to add all these people into the lawsuit. It was his doing.
Yep.
During that 5 months, that's what he did. Oh my God, this is now just the puzzle is coming together right now. It's like, wait a minute. If he had not done that, caused that delay, I don't think any of this would have happened.
No, there's no way. We wouldn't have had time. We would have found out this stuff, but we wouldn't have found out in time for it to actually matter.
Right. They would have missed the deadlines to do any amending, to add people. Holy crap. He really is the best lawyer that Jeremy doesn't have to pay for.
My God. Like, I never thought about the scheduling that he bungled.
He bungled it so badly that he caused this. Holy shit. And then he bragged about doing it. Oh, you're such a legal genius. You delayed it for 5 months, making it possible for the schedule to include more litigants. Wow. Yay, you.
It's so amazing. To have claims against them resolved in a timely manner. Again, complaining about timeliness. See, here's the court further finds that the ACCA, Judge Taylor, and Mann would have suffered prejudice if the court had allowed the amendment. The only way the court could have cured the prejudice would have been to further delay the trial in this case, which unnecessarily delayed the final disposition of the action and the rights of the party. Now, as explained by the court so here's another thing here. Again, leave to amend a complaint should be denied when granting the proposed amendment will result in unfairness to the party in opposition of the amendment. See, blah, blah, blah.
I also want to point out that he repeatedly is citing state cases.
Yeah.
This is federal court.
Cases, yeah.
There are some federal cases in here, but the federal court, unless there's no case law in federal court, you really should avoid citing state law or state cases. I mean,
well,
because the federal court doesn't really care about that.
Well, he has, when he's mixing them like there, he is showing that there is something that he could refer to with federal.
Right. So it's strange. I mean, but again, this is just his inexperience in federal court showing. All right, motion. So he's quoting this 1971 case, I guess. Motions for leave to amend can prejudice the non-moving party when the request for leave to amend is not made in a timely manner. But it was. This is so moot. Motions to amend have been denied where information that the motion to amend was based on was previously available to the plaintiff and where additional discovery would be required of the opposing party.
Additional discovery? We haven't even gotten to discovery.
No, we haven't. So, yeah, that's, again, a very good point, Tug. Discovery has not started. And so saying that it's going to be unreasonable to do discovery with additional people doesn't really track because it hasn't even started yet.
Yep.
This court has also recognized, and by the way, they have all the way till August. They have plenty of time to get a lawyer and put on a case, put up a defense. They have plenty of time. This court has also recognized that it is incumbent upon the movement to show that the information upon which the new claim is based was unknown or unavailable prior to filing the motion. Yeah, it was. He found out in Shara's deposition.
Yep, he can prove that. He can prove that.
Thank you for citing case law, Bruce, that proves Randy did the right thing.
Yep.
The plaintiff has not attempted to show that the information on which the new claims are based was unknown or unavailable sooner. Well, they can show it very easily because it's in Shara's deposition. The motion for leave to amend should be denied for undue delay and undue prejudice to the present defendants. The amendment should also be denied as futile, as no actionable conduct is alleged against any of the 6 putative defendants. Bullshit. Where's my bullshit button?
Bullshit.
Yep.
Although it
definitely
shouldn't be,
had.
yeah. Although it shouldn't be necessary to consider the issue of futility of the proposed amendment, giving the substantial grounds for denying leave to amend. I think that he uses the word substantial in a different way I would. Given the substantial grounds for denying leave to amend based on prejudice and undue delay, the amendment would be futile and so should be denied for this reason as well. None of the counts against any of the 6 putative defendants allege actionable conduct. At most, they establish that each are perceived by the plaintiff to oppose his targeting of his neighbors, defendants Preston and Cook on YouTube for entertainment and profit. Here we go again.
Oh my God.
And that each, well, this is the thing, Bruce, that has not been established. And the judge has literally told you he's a free speech advocate. He doesn't want to hear about what people are doing on YouTube. He's already told you he doesn't care if Jeremy Hales reads depositions or gives depositions to people to read on YouTube.
He's playing read B real quick.
That each has expressed their views either on YouTube broadcasts, Weeks, Kesey, and Matskin, and or in private email conversations, Matskin, Plummer, and Hughes.
So private email conversations, somehow that doesn't make it relevant? Are you kidding me?
And they weren't private, by the way. When you invite a journalist into your group chat, you are by default you're giving permission for it to be public.
Well,
you don't invite a journalist in and then expect it to be private. Don't do that.
If one party has access, there was another party involved in anything that we've seen. Otherwise, we wouldn't have access to it. If it was 2 parties or 3 or 4, or however many, and somebody wasn't like, yo, this is a problem, we wouldn't have access to this at all.
Yep.
So that makes that moot. And he's trying to play the freedom of expression, which again, you are allowed to have your own opinion. Yes, but the allegations that they make, first of all, the statement of facts that they make,
you're not allowed
and
to
the reason they're doing them, going after places again, like you noted, Olite, going after the school and more. That's not expressing your view. That's calls to action to destroy someone.
Mm-hmm. Allegations against putative defendants Matskin, and now all of this is a restating. He's copied and pasted Randy's several of Randy's paragraphs. So this is just and it doesn't look good for him at all. Like he's just restating Randy's allegations.
Yeah, he's saying, well, these are our allegations against us. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not arguing them at all, which is weird. In early 2024, Matskin initiated contact with Preston by reaching out to her on Preston's Facebook Messenger. I will be right back, Tog. You can continue reading. It's fine.
Okay. As a result, Matskin decided to join Preston and Cook's plan to quote unquote take down Hales. Remember, he's like, oh, what does that even mean? Yeah, we've seen that. So that could be deciphered very well. To begin, Matskin, on or about March 11th, 2024, sent a letter out to many YouTube law channels soliciting coverage for himself in connection this to Jeremy Hale, stating that I've been catching up on the What the Hales saga, 27-year lawyer. He's not quoting the whole email, so I will read this part. I have some thoughts that are interesting to you. I also have some questions that I'd love to ask if you're willing to understand the origins of the Hales line at war. This is entirety of the context, a letter that pertains to the plaintiff. The rest, look at this. He doesn't quote the entire letter he sent out either. Why? Because he doesn't want to. Well, he doesn't want to note the mac and cheese thing to the federal court. He's saying, oh, well, it's unrelated legal story that he was seeking coverage of on a legal themed YouTube channels. But how did he use it? He used the Hales court. Well, at the time he called it the Hales legal drama, or however he words it there. He's catching up on the saga. So yeah, and I don't think
that's the entirety of the content that pertained to the plaintiff. I don't think so, because oh wait, he's talking about the original letter? Okay, that might be the original letter. He might be right there, but I mean that doesn't. So what? What about the letter to Dave? What about the letter to Dave Neal where he says he's famous for his mac and cheese scandal?
He uses that as his way to get YouTube channels to pick up on him. He's utilizing this thing in and of itself to bring in people because nobody gives a shit about mac and cheese, you know.
And that's really what he cared. That's all he cared about. This guy does not care about Lynette Preston at all. If you think that he does, you're wrong. He's using her as a mechanism to get famous for his mac and cheese bullshit. And he said it.
Yeah, well, he's going to know. This is what he's going to say about the letter he sent to me, too. This is going to be funny. So, 50, though. It was about this time Atkins initiated contact with Preston. Thereafter, wrote the initial motions to dismiss the lawsuit that were later denied. However, these were filed pro se. He doesn't even deny this.
No, he doesn't. He has nothing to say about it because he knows it's true.
That is jacked up for him, you know, an admission in his own filing. That, woo, man, I would have just left that out.
I would have left that out too. He's so screwed. I don't know why he repeated all this stuff. It doesn't look good for him at all.
Trying to stay hidden. April 19th, 2024, Manskin writes to that umbrella guy. A very popular. I said proper for some reason, but I am proper,
definitely not proper and improper, but popular. Improper and unprofessional.
Don't you try to get me arrested for that dildo law.
Oh God.
Popular YouTube host on legal issues nationwide seeking to promote himself, stating, and it doesn't quote any of it, the quoted email is devoid of any factual statement about the plaintiff whatsoever. Really? No statement, no factual.
Should we pull it up and see?
Yeah, let's look at it.
Let's look at it.
Let's see it, okay?
Let's see it.
Give me 1 second. I mean, since it is mine, I do have access, and yeah, I have it right here. Interestingly, I opened these up enough.
Plaintiff? No.
Yeah, so he's like, why are you and DUI guy, Megan Fox, Legal Vices, Legally Live, MG Law doing the exact same thing? None of you have even one person on your webcast to offer different perspectives, such as a lawyer who can engage in actual legal analysis. It's all the same thing. Watching videos of hearings, making silly jokes to pander to all the Hales fans.
Oh, there's the plaintiff right there.
Yep. Not even acknowledging anything negative. So he wants to come on and note negatives. He's saying that.
Yeah. Negative about and there's the plaintiff again. Anything negative with respect to Hales.
Yep. So he's telling you he wants to come on and note something negative with respect to them.
Look how many times he mentions Hales in this email.
He also brings up your article stating that Megan Fox's original PJ Media article is so inaccurate about legal issues. Amazingly, even lawyers like Larry Foreman say the same nonsense, i.e. Sixth Amendment, Fourth Amendment apply to the case before Judge DeThomas's.
Again, that has to do with Hales.
Yeah, and well, we know how that turned out too. So
I like that he admits all of the YouTube coverage started from covering Judge DeThomas's.
Yeah, because
it proves that we were just doing what we do.
Not just that.
Look at this. We cover court cases.
Well, the allegation too. When we're covering though, he's like, how and why did Megan decide to write that? How much of this is orchestrated by Hales for content? So
how and why? Because it's a court case that I found interesting. And I cover court cases I find interesting, you fucking moron. That's what I do.
Puppet master there. Again, that's an allegation against Jeremy Hales. In my opinion, all it will take to completely turn the tables. So again, he wants to turn the tables on them. Is a competent lawyer willing to represent Preston in a federal court. He's already hatched his plan too. You notice this here. He's already telling us that's going to be him. And we know that we know how that plays out. Yep. Where she can bring counterclaims that would be much stronger than the claims Hales brought. So we're going to sue him even harder than she's getting sued. Let me know if you want to set your coverage apart, having a serious lawyer discuss the many issues.
Let me know when you find a serious lawyer, Bruce.
Well, also saying
a serious lawyer would never come on anybody's YouTube channel while litigation is going on. Let me put that right out there. A serious lawyer would never consent to coming on a YouTube channel. They might. Now, I've had serious
They may
lawyers
come
give
on.
me
I would say the way he's done it. That's the way I would
the way
act.
he's done it.
Yeah.
A serious lawyer would never do more than a 3 to 4 minute interview, outside the courtroom or whatever. They might send a press statement. I've asked lawyers before during litigation for a statement about a specific thing, and I've gotten it. Like Greg Woodnick gave me one once, but he wouldn't come sit down with me during litigation. Are you kidding? That no one does this.
No one goes out no one sits down as a serious lawyer and orchestrates a campaign where you're trying to destroy another person. Because right now we have a big case, the Blake Lively stuff that's coming up, that is talking about PR. Now, what's the allegation that PR did? It's the allegation that they tried to set her life on fire. And again, I don't know enough about that. I'm not commenting pro or con. I'm just saying that is setting the internet on fire right now. And that is exactly what we saw from this lawyer. We saw it there. But he said, no, he asks all, let me know if you want to set your coverage apart, blah, blah, blah. So he wants to ignore everything in there. After sending these emails, Maskin said publicly that his goal was to create an anti-what-the-hales media ecosystem. He doesn't deny that either.
Nope. Doesn't deny, because he can't.
Yeah.
He cannot. It's literally his writing. It's his message. He wrote it. He's going to have to embrace it.
He's also made the following false statements. Jeremy Hales gave me the nickname with a quote-unquote anti-Semitic tinge. So, yeah, he did do that. He's not going to deny that there. The storylines involving the neighbors, his clients, are fake. Fox and Umbrella Guy profit from Hale's cyber stalking under the guise of journalism.
Okay, again, the judge said he didn't want this argument.
Indeed. Jeremy Hales is a public stalker of private victims, and this is you, actually.
Okay. And he said Jeremy Hales has fabricated storylines using innocent, powerless people's lives to sell as entertainment for profit, which he has said all these things, and then he continues to say them in court filings, and it's so funny. Yeah, no denial.
No denials.
In a very recent publication, Weeks states that she has received information about the deposition in this lawsuit of Jeremy Hales. This information was supplied to her by Manskin. Manskin continues on an almost daily basis to exacerbate the anti-what-the-hales media ecosystem. Yep. Manskin made the following false statements publicly via YouTube on July 17th. Jeremy Hales is a homophobe who's going around on video, threatening people and calling them such names. Jeremy Hales is a psychopath douchebag. I can't believe he said that. Jeremy Hales' daily mission is to come up with 45 minutes of vitriol and name-calling and defamation and incitement of people whom he knows love him and do whatever he wants or feel or believe whatever he tells them to.
Wait 1 second. I got to write her 1 more minute. She's yelled off the steps. She'll be here in 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's going on? Oh, no. Let's not play that. That might be copyrighted in some way.
Oh, no.
It's not copied.
No, a copyright. That means it belongs to somebody else, and we can't play it on our show. So the song, even though it's a song you can have fun with and enjoy, we can't play it on the show, okay? That's what that means. So that's why I had to turn that off, the song. It's a good song, though, isn't it? Yeah, I know. She's like, oh, man, I wanted to share that joyous song with the world. We are the world.
There's a level 2. There's a level 2 and level 1 and a level 3.
Okay, we'll have fun with it. It's almost bedtime, like I said.
I wish there was a level 4 and level 5 on this thing.
I know, man. Well, we'll have to find some level 4 and 5 songs, too. She found some kids songs that on this it's a really old little kid's toy, and she found it. She was like, what is this? And pushed this button on it, and it started playing songs. So she's like, ooh, songs. Doesn't matter how old that is, for a 5-year-old. She's like, oh yeah. All right, anyway, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Right here.
And do whatever he wants or feel or believe or whatever he tells them to, and uses that power and that platform to literally co-opt lives of private people. Oh, you mean that woman you called a celebrity and yourself that you said was famous? and cause them nothing but harassment and threats and terror and strangers invading their peace and their space and their lives. Jeremy Hales has no proof that Preston wrote the defamatory signs about him. Jeremy Hales said Preston should experience being ARPed. He never said that. That is so upsetting. Jeremy Hales accused Preston's grandson of being a PDF file and a homosexual. What? That too. Okay.
Well, here's a question. Okay, is accusing someone of being homosexual, is that bad?
Yeah, is that what?
I mean,
how do you accuse someone of being?
Yeah, I mean, okay.
You're gay. He's gay. Like what?
I mean, in this day and age,
nobody cares.
Even if that were true, is that some actionable, horrible thing to say?
And I never heard that either. I'd like to see. Of course, they never show receipts of this.
No. Well, they spin it. The whole thing about, again, saying she should experience. No, she should experience the legal ramifications. You accuse somebody of something like that. You make false statements. You should experience the same type of legal ramification that somebody might because of your statement.
I want to show you something real quick because someone in the chat just pointed this out to me. Okay. But Larry Foreman has made a new post. Oops, that's the wrong one. Stop that. That's not the right screen.
That
made me feel like I was in a vortex.
Inception.
I did window instead
falling down a hole of broadcast.
13 weeks later, it's time for Bruce to brace.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's beautiful there. Larry. Good. By the way, Larry, if you so wish it, it would be very interesting to talk to you again. Just to talk to you again anyway, But next week, if you'd like to come on, I definitely Megan will be away anyway. I mean, if you want to come on before that, that's fine.
Dang it! I'm gonna miss Larry.
I know.
By the time I come back, I'll be replaced. There'll be another co-host. Tug's taking applications. He's like, "Oh, you're leaving? Okay, I see how it is."
My God, we have gone so far beyond the Tuesday, Thursday.
I know.
Yeah. We have. You know what? It's been awesome though. I never thought that I would enjoy having a co-host with me, somebody that's hosting and going back and forth. I never in my life would have thought that would be fun. But man, it's a lot more fun. And there are things, again, like what you were pointing out about the time delay. I didn't even think about that aspect that, everything, again, he caused all of this addition. So,
I know. I never thought it would be this fun either. And now when I do streams and I'm on my own, I'm like, oh, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I'm bored by myself. Going live by myself now I'm like, oh, feels like something's missing.
Well, I like the interplay of that dry wit. So I have the very dry stain. It's funny. Megan was going back through some old live streams, just watching them, and she was like, "Hey, I watched this, and I caught this joke you told like way back when." And I was like, "Yeah, some of those I got emails about like some of those jokes 3 months later. They were like, "Oh, that finally landed." And I was like, "It took 3 months for the joke to land."
Well, sometimes too, when you're live, you miss stuff because the chat's going and there's like other stuff happening. And like, if I won't get a joke right away because I was not paying attention or something. And then I'll listen to it later and go, "Oh my God, that was so funny." And I missed it. I hate that.
Especially in trial coverage. In trial coverage, you're trying to watch the trial. You're trying to listen to people talk about it. Yeah. All right. 68.
Oh, Manskin wrote the following false statement via email on 8/16/24. What the Hales is destroying the lives of helpless people using a virtual mob who send menacing and threatening messages to Preston every day and have caused her life to be consumed with CPS reports from anonymous fans. Okay.
Yeah, that's where the interesting Northport stuff comes
We
in.
have proof that that's not true.
Yeah.
They're not anonymous fans. They're neighbors. They're people who know them. They're local people. We found a bunch of them in Northport.
Him, I don't like these people. Like the only one I want to see here is does anybody care if we skip this part? I mean, we've seen this. We've already seen it. Unless
I know. This is what I mean is we can skip through all. This is all. He doesn't comment on any of this.
Yeah, see,
it is literally okay there, except for the footnotes. We should read the footnotes.
Yeah, so he noted as a result, Helm decided to join President Cook's plan to take down Hales. The footnote 5 says the plaintiff's counsel has signed a pleading alleging that Hale, a practicing lawyer, joined a conspiracy against his client out of jealousy that his client appeared on another lawyer's YouTube live stream to play Legos, but declined to play Legos.
This is the best lawsuit ever in the history of mankind.
You won't play Legos with me.
And at some point, I know I'm going to have to bring Turtle Purgatory, the Lego edition, into a courtroom. I know it. I just feel it.
What's funny about that is that started out as a joke. I'm going to have to preserve that, and it's turned into a reality.
No, I'm really seriously saving it. I was going to let Jeremy auction it off. Now I may have to make a replica and auction that off to pay my legal fees.
By the way, I haven't noted this on my channel, so I want to show this really fast. Tim, if you were out there, by the way, for some reason, I had communicated on Twitter, saying, yes, you can mail something to Megan as well. There was a package and there was something for Megan. Megan doesn't have a P.O. box. So anybody that wants to mail her, by the way, if you want to mail my P.O. box, it will definitely get to her that way. But I wanted to thank her, and I haven't been able to because Twitter is so jacked up about being able to thank people. So I got this lovely item. I got the blue bucket. Funny. Yeah, it's got a little stuffed turtle. You can see it sticking out there. Turtle toilet, just fill and dump. Isn't that beautiful?
So silly.
I love it there. And there's a package for Megan. I have not, again, it's hers, so I have not peeked in that at all, but I'm assuming it is the same thing. I believe the way that it was stated, I believe it's the same thing, but it's dead hilarious.
It's funny.
And then there's 6th, again, Helm contacted Manskins to enlist co-conspirators to take down Hales as part of the anti-what-the-hales media ecosystem. So the footnote, although in paragraph 57, Helm allegedly enlisted Manskin in a supposed conspiracy to take down the plaintiff, paragraphs 47, 48 is alleged early 27, Manskin initiated contact with Preston and decided to join Preston and Cook's plan to take down.
How is that contradictory? It's not contradictory.
He's saying that
both of those things can be true.
They can happen. Yes. So I mean it.
So if let's say if Helm was the one who enlisted Manskin because Manskin had reached out to all these YouTubers and he took him up on it, we know for a fact that Helm was the first YouTuber to contact Lynette. So he was in contact with her.
Yeah, see, I don't,
because he said so.
I haven't gotten into all that. I figure in court documentation, if added, that will all come together and make sense.
It'll all make sense. But I mean, both things can be true. It's stupid to say. I mean, I don't understand what he's saying here. What? It can't be true because
the other one happened. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, let's see. This is more Helm. Let's do the weeks part though. Let's just see.
I never contacted Preston because the judge said third parties couldn't.
You noted that in your article when you wrote about it.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
I never contacted her, and I couldn't because
read that page. You want me to just read this stuff here?
Yeah.
Okay. So weeks.
Well, this is again. This is all the. This is just a. We can skip this if you. want to.
No, but
Because this is
I'm going to put the weeks in there since they are. I say I've been paying attention to two individuals listed in there. So their lawyer and the PR. The other people I not paid attention to, so I have to refer to filings on that. But since somebody has declared that, number one, they were PR. Number two, since they made statements about personal life and they threatened, the dark web and all that shit. Oh yeah, I pay attention. Again, not enough to watch the fucking show, but I've definitely paid attention to some transcripts when people point out things or clips and other items like that. So I think this will be interesting. These two, at anybody being added or not, I think these parties, they definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
And they talk about it every
I don't know about
day.
the other ones either, because I don't like. There's people in there I don't know at all.
That's
the Patty Plummer one though came up in Shara's deposition, so that was interesting because she does seem to be pretty involved. She or he, whoever.
Yeah,
Patty
the
Plummer
involvement is a lot more than we actually understood. I guess that's again. That's why a lot of this stuff it got linked in by Shara, and Shara provided quite a bit of receipts for everything that she's talked about. And you notice that when they go after Shara, they never go after the evidence there. They call her a liar and all of this, but they never get really explicit about what she alleges. Fascinating. But with Week was chosen by Preston to be Preston's podcast as part of the What the Hales media ecosystem. Week stated on YouTube, 10/6/2024. That's the bottom line right there. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, all this that's gone on, every last bit, defamatory signs about Jeremy Hales were created for content harassing, destroying someone's life. Jeremy Hales tortured Preston for content for a year and a half. He almost had her child taken away from her, or tried to. He did all this crap when the damn story would have been Otter Creek. He could have just stuck with that, but he took advantage of someone who he thought was weak. He did it all himself. Jeremy Hales, also this is another allegation by them, wrote the signs that stated he ARPed a minor child and committed forgery in doing so. Yes, they indeed.
So insane. So insane.
And one other sentence on that, or one other statement. Since 8/4/2024, Weeks has made 87 YouTube video publications on our YouTube channel, which are part of What the Hales media ecosystem and replete with further defamatory statements about Jeremy Hales, giving the nickname Germ. And on its own, this is what they don't get. On its own, like something like that wouldn't matter. The nicknaming isn't the issue. It's the statement of facts, the stuff saying that, yeah, he actually did those things. He wrote those signs. I mean, these people went out and hired somebody. If they put that quote unquote expert into the courtroom,
it would be hilarious.
God, that'll be a field day. But I don't think they will. I actually don't think they will at all.
Nope.
So then we have, Hughes. Again, I'm just looking through to see if there's any statement or any actual footnote in there. Plummer. There's also Plummer statements. Again, all of this was covered in the other filing.
Yeah, we read all this already.
Yep. Let's see. Who? Pete Kesey. I mean, I don't know some of these people. I don't even know who they are.
I don't know who Kesey is either.
Yep. So in addition, I guess this would be something to add in.
In addition to the allegations against each individual putative defendant, paragraphs 79 and 80 allege that they all post comments in a supposed Facebook hate group described in paragraphs 77 through 78, although none of the quotes in paragraph 80 are attributed to any of the individual defendants. Well, that doesn't mean they're not there. Paragraphs 81 to 106 detail a private Facebook group chat among Matskin, Plummer, and Preston on August 15th, 2024. And paragraphs 107 through 110 detail another private chat on August 17th. It is unclear what these are supposed to establish other than Manskin's procurement of the audio file of a recorded phone call between Hales and Preston's grandson by paying the grandson $100 to send it. He doesn't deny it.
No, and remember the other thing that was added in there. Let's look at that real quick. I have that pulled up still. This is actually a very big statement. He said, there's Miss Preston. And he's like, okay, they're talking about statements. You're a celebrity. Again, you are a public personality. You are someone out there. But we don't want to embrace that.
Oh, my God.
Man, what an idiot. God. Wow.
Idiot.
God, idiot.
I'm hearing Napoleon Dynamite. Idiot.
Gosh.
Wow. There is no explanation in the plaintiff's motion for how any of these allegations support the causes of action contained in the proposed amended complaint. There is no explanation for how the putative defendant's statements about the plaintiff impute to the plaintiff behavior or characteristics that are incompatible with the proper conduct of his business, profession, and office, or impute to the plaintiff the commission of a crime. To establish defamation per se, which accounts for 6 of the 14 new counts sought to be added. There is no explanation for how the putative defendant's statements about the plaintiff could possibly constitute intentional interference with the customer's contractual... Really? That you're trying to get his YouTube channel deleted. You said that.
Oh, my God. You wrote emails. You wrote fucking emails and sent them to journalists.
To media. You told everyone what you were doing. Like, this is so insane. The plaintiff just quotes some of the putative defendant's public statements and some private ones he somehow procured. Oh, you didn't invite a journalist into those allegedly private conversations? Places them in numbered paragraphs in a court pleading and baselessly conjures up a conspiracy to take down the plaintiff. Wait, put that email back up about taking down Jeremy Hales.
Just 1 second. I got a writer. 1 second.
Okay.
Hey.
Where's Mom?
Oh, well, we'll find out a bit of that stuff later. Just a second. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Are you ready for bed? Let me go tuck you in real quick. Are you ready for bed, or you want to go play for a few more minutes?
Look at my finger.
Look at your fingers. Does that mean yes? You're ready for bed? Okay. Hey, I'm gonna go tuck her in real quick.
Okay. I'll read some super chats.
Yeah. Can you read some supers? Actually, that would be awesome. All right. Thank you.
I will do that. Wendy Bono, thanks for the 5, says, good afternoon, Tug, Megan, and chat. I'll be listening while watching the Packer game. Breadstick money. Boy, did anybody see the Bills game today? The Bills killed the Jets. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I love the Bills. And man, I love watching them play. I hope they go all the way this year. They usually end up breaking everybody's heart in the championship games, but we'll see. We'll see. Sherry, your mom, 5977, became a YouTube member. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Wanda Perez, member for 4 months. I haven't been on time. My mom fell. She's 83 and messed up her leg. But my sister with cancer has been doing good for the last couple of days. Wanda, that's great to hear. I'm very glad that your sister's doing better, but I am sorry that your mom had a fall. That's always scary. Man, my mom had a fall this summer. Her face was so banged up. She fell right on the cement on her face. Luckily, she didn't really have anything but a black eye. She was fine. It was kind of miraculous. Green Veggie Beast, thanks for the 10. We wish you a Merry Breadsticks. We wish you a Merry Breadsticks and a happy Breadsticks dip too. Funny. Wanda Perez, thanks for the 10. Gotta send breadsticks. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Adele Paquette became a YouTube member. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Audrey Little, member for 8 months. Love and hugs, Tug, Megan, mods, and chat. Y'all rock. Well, we think you do too. Teresa Finn, Writer Chick, gifted 1 That Umbrella Guy membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs, whoever got that. Claire Richards, member for a month. Show name, The Derailed Sessions. Derailed might be good. I like that. Cat Watcher, member for a month. Hello, all. Hello. Green Veggie Beast, thanks for the 10. If you have a mouse pet, what's like that book? If you give a mouse a cookie, that book is funny. Clara Smith, thanks for the 5. Time for a cat. Squeaky Chair, I remember Megan's dog got caught in a glue trap. That was crazy. I remember that too. I was late that day because the dog stepped in a glue trap out. The kids had him. It was so crazy. They had him outside and they opened the shed to get some stuff out of the shed and let him go in there. And there was a glue trap in the shed and he stepped in it. But at first he stepped on a cord and then on the shed. And so there was a cord wrapped around his leg not on the shed, on the glue trap. So it was a cord and a glue trap wrapped around his leg. It was horrible. All in his paw. God, it was awful. Ray McIntyre, a.k.a. Ball Python King, gifted 5 That Umbrella Guy memberships. Welcome to Tugs Thugs, all 5 of you. That was very generous, Ray. Thank you so much. Emma Washington, thanks for the 2. You can get humane mouse traps. Oh, yes. Well,
yeah, those catching mouse traps. Yeah.
I always ask my husband about that, and he's like, if I let them go, they're just going to come back.
Man, that was a lot of walking up. So we have a lot of steps. The little one, though. I want to know, too, people write me about stuff. Again, I've unfortunately had to bring up personal things. And the reason, I don't want these weirdos trying to take aim at my wife anymore. That's why I try not to have conversations about that stuff, because she's gotten her life back together. She's done all kinds of good stuff. And I'm really, the one thing that I'm concerned about with these weirdos, that they will try to derail all of that, and that's,
I know, it's so bad.
Well, it's sad, man. It's really sad. So let's see. We were talking about the Shara stuff. Yeah, that was actually the statements about the What the Hales media ecosystem. All of that came from Shara videos, so there's been a lot of it. Give me a second. I'm pulling up those. There were 5 or 6 statements that came from that first video that we saw. It was her email, proving that she did write with concerns. That was something she put it out, and BBB saying, it doesn't matter. I don't care about that. Why are you writing me? Even though that's her lawyer. Why are you writing me? I'm her lawyer. I am a lawyer and I have a client. Why?
Oh, Lord.
But here was the, of course, trying to get Veteran Nation shut
down.
And encourage people to report Veteran Nation and get the channel shut down. So that's what's him. And then you had again this. Yeah. I spoke to whomever earlier. Michelle says she's totally trustworthy. Well, her text to me, quote, anything to help taking Hales down. And Shara responded, let her know, no one but her. I will. And then she said she was commenting to the beginning of this stuff, and then she makes the note, I'm not interested in, quote unquote, taking him out. I'm just interested in justice for his targets. And Bruce said, I know, I'm just showing you she's on our side. And then there's we always skip this because it's caught right under there, but also obviously Michelle calls her closest friend next to you. God. So when they say all this stuff about being a mole, I mean, you look at what kind of a toxic relationship that they were trying to build here. They were trying to gaslight her with well, you're actually friends, aren't you? She loves you. Then there's Preston, who said, we need to expose him. He needs to go under. I want to see him off YouTube permanently. That was included with all this. And then we had Brucey's listing the 2 L's, saying we're, again, noting conspirators right here, building the What the Hales media ecosystem.
Yep.
So, not something he can deny. He doesn't. He's like, whoa, what does that mean? It doesn't really mean anything. Oh, it means quite a bit. Oh my goodness. All right, let's continue super chats here. Are you good for this moment, or do you need to jump, by the way?
I'm good. I can go a few more minutes.
Okay. John Boy, thanks for the 5. Megan, are you taking the spider out? Are you taking the spider out?
If you know, no.
Indeed. Rickles, thanks for the 10 there. 2025 t-shirt, breadstick grifter would make a heck of a song too. That's true. That would be a good song, to be honest. I break those breadsticks, yo. AKA the cat lady, thanks for the 10. What's crazy is they're the exact same problem with the anti-Karen Reed people calling employers, trying to get people fired. Yes, we've actually seen that happening with this. We've seen trying to get people fired, doxing people. Yes, we've seen that too, etc. There's something wrong with these people. Indeed. That's beyond messed up. Terry, thanks for the 6 months. They call you fox nuts.
I don't know what that even means.
Flux is your daughter. So they didn't know you had said they didn't know you had kids.
Yeah, they keep saying that, but then they keep talking about my children. And
they don't know you have kids, but what about
CPS should visit them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What are they visiting over again if there's no kids? Mm-hmm. Well, how exactly does that work? You started this one too, Naomi.
I did because I thought it would make you laugh.
I had pet mice. I woke up one night to them screaming because wild mice were attacking. RP them. Oh no.
That is so terrifying.
That is. Actually, what's really terrifying, rats. I used to.
But I mean, I didn't know wild mice would ARP your pet mice. I mean, that's the stuff nightmares are made out of.
It's like prison rules for mice.
I'm laughing, but it's not funny. It's terrifying. Like, I'm so sorry that happened to your pet mice.
What's really weird, like giant, creepy rats, like big, scary ones. They'll scream sometimes when they're like terrified. We had one. One of my friends used to have a.
Does it sound like this?
No, they sound like little kids. It's horrifying.
That's so scary.
Yeah, because so one of my friends had a junkyard. Like his dad owned it, and you would get these. Oh my gosh, man! They would be as big as like a small dog. It was like, oh my god, what is that thing? And one got in a garbage can. They kept dog food in, ate its way down so far, and it couldn't get back out. So we kept hearing this screaming, and it sounded like a little kid. I was like, oh my gosh, like, did a kid get in the junkyard or something? There shouldn't be. That shouldn't happen. But yeah, it was a giant rat stuck in a garbage can. It was the creepiest thing. I was like, oh my god, let's go save that kid. Oh my lord, that ain't a kid.
Kyrie just mentioned roof rats. I had a whole roof rat situation the last time I was in Arizona visiting my parents. They have roof rats there, and so we had to call a guy to get rid of the roof rats. You have no idea. And the roof rats are roof rats because they climb up your house and they live in the roof. Uh-huh. They get into your attic space or whatever. And I guess this is a thing in Arizona. Anyway, the way to get rid of them is so insane because apparently they're so smart that the rat guy has to go up to the attic or whatever and put a bunch of cameras up. Then they set fake traps and they bait them. And then the rats, they watch them on the cameras because the rats will send the babies to the traps to test them. And if the traps go off and kill the babies, then those big rats will never touch the traps again. So they wait. Yeah, they have to set fake traps first. Then they wait and watch to see when the babies test them. Then the big ones go and get the bait. And then they know they can put out real ones and get them.
That's crazy.
That's how smart they are.
Yeah. I saw a thing on somebody was talking about not roof rats, but they were talking about rats in New York. And they were talking about how they would watch older rats use younger rats, basically to they also had video of a I guess it was a rat. I was going to say a mouse, but a rat. There was a big, just an old school rat trap. And this thing picked up a stick, drug it over, set off the trap, and it got the food and left.
Yeah, that's how smart they are. And they are bad parents. But rats
They are.
rats breed really, really fast, and so the babies are they're disposable to them.
Yeah, I saw
Isn't that
one
awful?
time fall in an aquarium, like it was empty, but fall in like a big 20-gallon, and watching it figure out how to get out was crazy. Because at first it would jump and it couldn't reach the top, and then it would bounce off one side, still couldn't get to the top. So then it would jump, bounce where it would hit, and bounce off and hit the other side. And after a while, it figured out how to get out. It was just amazing to watch, because within, I'm going to say 10 tries, it figured out like how to elevate up that thing and just get out of it.
Wow.
They're smart. Iowa gal, thanks for the 10. It's aggravating when haters harass and cause harm to innocent kids and their parents. Karma, justice, and the law should have special kind of payback for them. There's supposed to be there's supposed to be laws against that kind of stuff. And depending on where you are, they take it more seriously than other places, so these people are playing with something that it can cause them problems. It doesn't just cause them problems in the state that they make the complaint either. That can cause them problems in their own home states too, and other agencies can get involved as well. And thank you for that membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tux Thugs. Thank you very much on that. Appreciate you. SF, thanks for 5. Timeliness, coming from a guy who bragged about delaying the case for like 6 months. He actually said 5 is what it was. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, interesting how much evidence has come in from that. Yeah, that's exactly what Megan was saying. Without him doing all of that, none of this stuff would have been timely. We would have already moved on, because, this was down to the wire when you think about when you could actually put all of this in, and we would have never found that the case would have been way too far along. Yeah, but Bruce and his plans.
Yep.
I love it.
Bruce just made this possible.
Yep. Props to him. My Adventures in Homebrew. Thanks for 5. Wow, BBB is really setting himself up to get the smackdown by the magistrate for writing papers like this. Yeah, he's probably not going to like that. Rewrite is his face. Thanks to the 2. Texas is watching your dildo count. You only have 3 left.
Wait, now it's like 2.
Oh no, you tricked me. Job, thanks for the 2. Breadstick money. Yeah. Hey, let's get a breadstick money from Megan. Come on. You say
breadstick money.
There you go. I like it. I like it better when you say it. It sounds good. Slug, thanks for the 2. Congrats, Megan. The nursing home gym is open. Oh no. John,
thank you, Slug.
They're doing
Zoomers.
exactly what
freaking Zoomers, man. These Zoomers.
Yes, one day you shall be old as well.
Yep.
Wait. Oh, I hear a little one in his back. Hey, kiddo. Let me ask her something about age here. So, how old does somebody have to be before they're really old?
Maybe 5 or 6.
5 or 6, and they're really old.
5 or 6.
5 or 6, man. So, yeah, that's right. Because she doesn't want to be
Slug. You're ancient.
Yeah. So you're really old. Is that why you're not a little kid?
Ask
anymore?
her what she thinks about somebody who's 27.
Yeah. If you're 27, are you really, really old?
No, that's half of the thing, but that's not too old.
That's not too old. Oh, you're still okay. Well, what's too old?
It's not too old.
How old?
Unless you go to 1000.
1000 is too old? Okay. Well, I think we're all safe with that. All right. Hey, go get back in bed. Remember, we talked about bedtime. But here, give me a hug first. You give me a hug. Come here. I want my hug.
Days.
Yeah, give me my hug. Love you.
I was singing about happy days while you go before I got tucked in.
Oh, you were singing about happy days?
Happy days, happy days, happy days.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song. All right. Well,
happy
thank you.
Days, happy days, happy days.
All right.
Happy days, happy days, happy days.
It is happy days, isn't it?
Yeah, it's happy days.
Yeah. Is it still Christmas, by the way? Yeah. Yeah. She gave me a thumbs up. Okay. Hey, well, you better go get in bed. I think there's still maybe a present hiding around. We'll look tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I forgot there's a present still hidden. So I found one. I was like, wait a minute. I bought that one 5 months back and I put it away and I found it.
I hate when I do that.
Well, we put, I got some wooden boxes that we decorate, I was making a jewelry box for the girls. We just like decorate again, like those little plain ones that you get at Hobby Lobby and stuff. And I found one that she and I had started working on, and we let it dry, and then it got forgotten with all kinds of other stuff going on. So I'm gonna pull that out too. She'll look forward to it. But John, thanks for the 5 there. And this is true. They're doing exactly what they accused Jeremy of doing, but worse. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Indeed there. Laura, thanks for the month there. You're both awesome. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year indeed. I see it coming around the bend. It will be coming around the mountain when it comes. Susan, thanks for the 2. Once a liar, always a liar. Once a grifter. Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed. Wheezy Wheels. Hey, I hope you're doing great, by the way, Wheezy Wheels. Thanks for the 10 Tuglet tokens. I like that.
Cute.
Farmer, thanks for the super chat there. Bug catcher money. Yeah, we got a professional. Maybe we'll identify her first for the kids. Liz Bird, thanks for the 2. This should be timely while boasting about 5-month delay.
Yep.
Yep, indeed. Vanessa, what's up? Hey, Vanessa, thanks for the 10 there. Tug, please get her pizza bites and don't look at her. Indeed. No, what's funny is she asks for a cheese pizza, and what she means are breadsticks. Like she likes, say, look, everyone loves breadsticks. You know, breadstick money. But she likes. Yeah, so I bought her breadsticks with breadstick money, I'm sure. So isn't that funny?
That's funny.
Taz, thanks for the 2. For pizza bites, for Bug. Thank you for that. She has a few left there. I was just, I'm like, your breadsticks, yeah. They're like, no, don't want pizza bites earlier. Don't want that. And then it's like pizza bites. That's what I want. Sharon, thanks for the 10. Thanks, Doug, for translating.
So
I thought she said and terrorized the out of it. Glad she said something about a shoe. Just a great addition to the show. Yeah, little kid translation. It's funny. I can translate about 95% of everything. Now, sometimes you can down like, wait, what was that? You know?
My son, when he was little, he still kind of has a slow tongue. It's just a thing, you know, difficulty pronouncing some words, you know. But when he was like 2, his speech I was like the only one who could interpret it for a while. And so he would have a difficult time getting certain sounds out. Well, for quite a long period of time, he was very fascinated with any kind of vehicle and working trucks and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But dump trucks in particular was something that he would love to point out and scream, "Dumb fuck." I kid you not. Like, I worked so hard with my husband would lose it. He would lose it. He would be on the floor rolling around listening to our son, our 2-year-old going, "Dumb fuck, dumb fuck."
Well, the little one, when she said shoes, when she was little, it sounded like shits, like it just came out. And she would point out different people's shoes when we go to the store. She'd be like, "Look at those," and people would think, like, "Look at those shits." I was like, "Oh my god!" Like people are thinking, you know, she's pointing to people and she's saying, "Look at their shoes," you know, because they would be colorful or something.
Oh, no.
And yeah, and people would look at her like, "What the heck?" They thought she
But
was
literally,
saying, "Look
the
at those shits."
best was because little kids have no filter. My 3-year-old, when she was 3, my niece was at the grocery store with her mom, and there was a lady with a wide load in front of her. A lady with a large backside, and of course her backside was right at my niece's eye level. She, you know, little kids are short.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Wow, mommy, that's a big booty." Like, and the lady turned around horrified, looking at my sister like she was a terrible person.
We went to Walmart one time, and you know those mobility scooters. I told one of the kids, they wanted to get on one and ride them, and I was like, "You can't, you know, they're for people with disabilities and stuff." So
They're for
this one lady,
fatsos.
yeah, well, but
Just
this
kidding.
lady she was very big, and my daughter was like, "When I grow up, I want to be fat like her so I can ride the scooter." I was like, "No, don't say that. Don't say that. That's not good. I want to be fat like her." I was like, "Oh no." That lady looked there like, what now?" I was like, "Oh man, I know." You're like, oh, sorry, ma'am.
I'm so sorry, ma'am.
I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Listen, we all have our fat problems, okay? I had to go. I'm going to the gym. I'm such a small person. I'm like 5'3". I used to be 5'4", but spinal compression, 5 extra pounds on me looks like 20. I'm going to have to be on one of those scooters pretty soon. If I gain 5 more pounds, that's going to be me. So I saw the scale going up and I was like, nope, it's back to the gym I go. Dang it.
Yeah, my daughter kept telling me I could dress up like Santa because I was getting fat. And I was like, well, thanks. So I was like, maybe it is time to go.
I've
luckily
always
I'm tall,
wanted to be
so it doesn't
tall.
show.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be tall so that, a few extra pounds doesn't matter. You can be a little heavier and it doesn't show. But no, I'm short. So I have to watch it. 5 extra pounds looks like I've just like eaten a horse. It's terrible.
Slug said, thanks for the 2. Of course, Megan would know acrobat.
Of course I would. Look at it. He's got a picture of a senior citizen. Look at the emoji. Damn you. Damn you, kids.
That's hilarious. Get off my virtual lawn.
Get off my lawn. Damn you,
my
kids.
bitches at home brewing. Thanks for the 2. Fred from Scooby-Doo or 1.
That's right.
That's true. That is true, actually. I forgot about that.
He did.
Yeah. Cunning Linguist, thanks for the 2. BBB's brain keeps his skull from collapsing. That's awesome. Oh, John, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for your membership. Welcome to Tux Thugs. Man, my freaking jaw hurts from laughing and try not to laugh when I'm reading. It really makes my jaw hurt. And also, John, thank you for that $5 super sticker as well. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate you there. Ryder Chick, what's up? How you doing, by the way? Thank you for the 10 there. According to the hater group on Facebook, you guys are, quote, at each other's throat.
What? Me and you? Me and you? Are they talking about me and you? Me and Todd?
Oh my God, they know about it, Megan. Just drop the facade.
Just drop the act. You bastard. Who gets custody of the triplets? Yeah, we're about to have a huge custody battle over Tug's triplets.
Why do you guys tell us who gets custody of the triplets? What I'll watch on Tuesdays.
They're probably going to say like me disappearing for a week. It's because we're over. It's all over.
Oh my God, maybe I need to fuel that one. I would tell you why she's gone, but well, maybe another time. No, I'm not.
How are we at each other's throats? I don't understand.
Well, again, no proof. You just make up something.
Just make up that stuff.
Way. Every conspiracy that they know deflects away from the truth of the case. So
that's true. But like literally, I'm like, Tug, am I streaming with you again today? Are we streaming? I'm like tagging along. Are we doing it again? Are we going to be able to stream again? Don't stream without me.
I'm the same way though. I'm like, hey man, we are streaming like today, right? I always hit man. I'm like, hey, you want to come on? And if not, I understand we all have lives, but at the same time, we have live streams too.
Yeah. Oh man, I think that's so funny.
It is. Well,
yes, we're definitely at each other's throats. You keep believing that.
If y'all want to have fun with that, you should. If you want to force the haters to watch the show, just give them fake timestamps for the show and say, around this time, somewhere in this 10-minute segment, they actually talk about that. And just give them some, like a timestamp where we make fun of BBB the whole time. Oh my God, that'd be real fun. Like force them to watch.
They're fighting.
Yeah, they were fighting. Oh my God, it was almost knockdown, drag out. I can't remember the exact timestamp. And if they come back and they were like, it wasn't there, you'd be like, oh yeah, that was when the thing was processing. My bad. It's actually, and give them another 10 minutes to listen to. Thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Yeah, now you see why I put this 3 hours before the stream.
Yeah. I was like, wait, we're streaming for 3 hours? Why?
Yeah. I was like 2 hours for the stream, and at my speed for super chats, I'm gonna add another hour buffer. Allie, thanks for the 5 there. How is there prejudice when the defendants allow their behavior and their lawyer promotes it? That's true. Their lawyer does indeed. Yep. How does it prejudice? Because truth prejudices it, I guess. You know?
If he were a decent lawyer, he would have told them all to shut up already. Like, just to mitigate the problem. But no. Nope.
James, thanks for 5. Message for both, for you both. What the hell's fake page? Attention, Megan and Tongue. Well, somebody can mail a link to me on that. I'm not particularly motivated to go and dig it up. If it's,
I'll go look.
Okay.
I like it over there. It's funny.
I do. I think it's funny. Like all the Hales haters, like I'm going to say 90% of them have to post anonymously too, because they're afraid to post under their own names. Lisa, thanks for the 2. To be honest, Joey refers to Landon's boyfriend often. Oh, he refers to his boyfriend again. Is saying someone
is that saying that he's gay? Because I say my daughter's friends or girlfriends too. You know what I mean?
Carter pass? I didn't know that.
He did.
Yeah.
He was 100 years old. And so he lived quite a long life, and boy, he was looking rough there at the end. I'm happy he's passed on, because I wouldn't want to. I don't want to live like that. I don't. I just don't. Staring at the sky, wishing for death.
Well, John noted a moment of silence for former President Jimmy Carter. Passed away a few hours ago at age 100. Out of respect for Tongue, I'll make no political comments. I mean, that's I get that. Yes, for real though. Regardless, whatever I think about someone in life too, and I'm not saying this about Carter, I'm saying this about anyone, when they pass away, the commentary on them, especially on the first day, there are a few very repugnant people I might bring this for, but very, very few. I try to remember the families, because everyone has a family, you know.
And hey, and also fans. So to anyone out there who's feeling sadness at the loss of President Carter, my condolences.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it impacts a lot more than just that one individual, for sure. Mud Dog, thanks for the 2. Is Megan going to convert to Buddhism soon?
I don't think so.
Yeah. 2025. Yeah, random. Now you caught on to her resolutions, man. Zelma, thanks for the 5. Pizza bites for a little bit. Indeed. Let's face it. I'm here for the little bit intermission. Haha. Yeah, I actually like her interruptions. I think they're funny. Like
she's a riot.
Yeah. And John noted, and thanks for the 5. Tug, you actually listened to me. Got a coffee account. Awesome. Indeed, man, I listened to you. Like I said, with all the personal chaos for a little bit, there was good advice for items, and I did not take good advice for that stuff, and that was actually good. I should have done that before. You were definitely right about that, but you all are right about a lot of things, and that was something I should have done much sooner. Yeah, actually, there is a backer. There were 2 backers on there before. John, hey, thank you, by the way. Bought a coffee on there. Thank you, my friend. I was looking at it. I usually watch the chat and everything that comes up with it, and my phone would have given me some kind of notification, but I let it die out while I was on here. So whoopsie, I have to charge it back up. I forgot to plug it in beforehand. But yes, thank you, John, too. See it. Thank you for the super chat there. Breadstick contribution. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it for sure. St. Patty's, thanks for the 12 there. Breadstick or croissant money for Tug, Bug, and Love. You and Megan are best. With love from friends. Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Yeah, if I was going to get
by the way, that person from Wales the other day who sent us the message in Welsh that we were scared to read, it meant Merry Christmas.
I'm always afraid. I'm always
like, this
afraid
could be
it's
the
going to be
worst
like
thing
some
ever.
kind of, you know, some terrible statement about a certain German, you know, or
a
something.
certain German artist. Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, no, I don't want to read that because, you know, foreign.
No, it just meant Merry Christmas.
I had a friend whose girlfriend got a tattoo, you know, right down her spine in another language, you know, and you always make jokes about how nobody could say anything. Well, her tattoo really said, she thought, I forget what she thought it said, but it said something like, what a dumb tattoo.
Oh no!
The
I'd
artist
sue that
there.
guy so hard.
Oh my god, I would too. I would too.
That's
But it's what it said.
terrible.
What a dumb tattoo. That's what it translated to. Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's awful.
I didn't even it was so funny when I heard that. I didn't believe it at first. So I had to have somebody independently verify that for me.
You should never get anything tattooed on you you can't read.
Yes, if you can't
Ever.
read it, don't trust anyone to. Well, I always think it's funny because people from other countries laugh at folks that do that. That'd be like tattooing, water on you. It may look cool, but come on, folks. And that's assuming that you got the tattoo that you actually think it means. Elu, thank you for that gifted membership too. Thank you very much. I appreciate those. Like I said, I love those going out there. Shifter brains. Always love that name. Thanks for the 5 there, Tug. You need to record the sound of an umbrella opening to greet new members. You could hear me profane my newest umbrella. One of them broke the other day. Like I actually have quite a few umbrellas, which is kind of funny. But I was showing Megan too. I was out in the yard and a giant tree branch decided that it was going to try to take me out, but it didn't. It
landed like next to you, which is amazing.
It was amazing. I was like, man, that's kicking the year off, either ending well or kicking it off well. I'm not sure which. I'll take it either way. John, thanks for the 20 there. Look up Universe 25 sometimes. Scientists created perfect habitat for mice, lots of food, tunnels, everything they could need. Some stopped eating.
I
some
saw
started
that.
Finding other mice. Yeah, some started ARPing the females.
I saw that. It was bizarre. It's a really weird experiment.
What's interesting, what happens when something doesn't have to go out and just survive basics, food, water, shelter. That is amazing. I'll have to look that up, though. I think that might be some interesting reading. Wanda, thanks for the 2 there. There's no statement, but that is a statement in itself. Thank you for backing. Appreciate you. Sue Scott, thanks for that. Sue Scott. I say Sue Scott every time. It doesn't matter, I guess, when I say A anyway, it's going to say Sue Scott. Anyway, thanks for the 9 months there. I love the Blame Jeremy song. I do too. That is a beautiful song. It's actually a good one.
It is. Really and I got my plans for it got, waylaid because of Jeff leaving us so abruptly. And so I got to get back on track with that. But I'm still planning on doing it.
Randomly, somebody wrote me and asked me if I would record like a thing for their phone. And I lost the email to that. So whoever you were that wrote me that, resend that. Somebody I was like, yeah, I don't care. It'll take me like 12 seconds to do it. So I don't care. That's really funny. They wanted me to say something like, welcome to the hat rack.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
it's like a cameo. You should set up a cameo. People would totally pay for you to record stuff for their voicemails and whatever.
Lord. That might be funny. I might actually do
it would be
like that.
You should.
Dare, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, by the way. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. That would be funny. Might have fun with that. Elizabeth, thanks for the 5 there. Tug, did you get the Black Widow I sent? You and the girls? Yes, indeed I did. And that is freaking awesome. So amongst, I got 4 or 5 packages, but I got this. I need to take a picture of it. I think that would be the best way to show off. So I'll take a picture of it and show it in a live stream because I need to. I need to get in the habit. That had always been an issue in the past, trying to figure out how I show things because I can't open them. I don't have a camera on me. But what I think I'm going to do is if people send things, I'll take pictures of them and just show them on stream. But yes, I did. It is awesome. Appreciate it. And the girls really, they love that. It was like a homemade. Again, I won't do it justice describing it, so I'll take pictures of it actually. But yes, I did get it. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate you. Love stuff like that. The OG Carol, thanks for the 2 there. I live in Arizona and had over 20 pack rats in there. Wow, that's crazy.
It's super expensive to get them removed also.
You started this one, by the way. Question.
I did because I wanted to. This is a good question. I keep meaning to bring it up and I keep forgetting.
Okay, so wouldn't all the defendants be considered third-party contact, which goes against the Ohio court order for protection for Jeremy and George, including BBB?
I would think so.
Yes. Yeah.
And I can't believe I actually, and maybe it's something that Jeremy hasn't thought of yet, but it should be reported to the Ohio court because they are absolutely, especially with the YouTube channels that are engaging in this, they're using third parties to continue to stalk and harass Jeremy Hales.
In real life too. They've gone not just going after him, but going and his businesses and everything else with his contractual obligations, but going to where he lives.
Yeah, one of them went to
canvassing
where he
neighborhoods.
lives. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stalked. I would 100% note that because they were there for
One
her.
of them went to where he lives in Ohio too. Not just Florida, but Ohio now.
That's
and
messed
and
up.
filmed it and put it on YouTube.
He should note that as that for sure, because they have definitely they when they're bragging, they brag a little too much about their connection with certain people, and that has put them in a real legal jackpot, in my opinion. Yeah, that was something I was noting the other day, because protection orders, they note that they don't just say, if people don't understand what we're talking about, it's not just Preston and Cook, but you can't have other parties continue the harassment for you.
Right.
That's a big no-no. Yeah.
I got to jump, but thank you so much, guys. I will see you later, Tug, and we'll talk. See ya.
Okay. All right. See you. Sarah, thanks for the 5. We're almost done anyway. 15 minutes. Jeremy starts. In fact, I will redirect there anyway. But Sarah, thanks for the 5. A mouse ran in front of my granddad. She screamed and the mouse dropped dead. Oh no, that's crazy. That is crazy. John, thanks for the 5 there. Megan, when I was a kid, my next door neighbor's little girl couldn't pronounce brother. That poor baby boy became Bubber forever. I had a friend, my friend's dad. He would mix up compound words. He would say he's dyslexic, but it wasn't. It was very selective, let's just say. But he would say stuff like, instead of mud puddles, he would say pud muddles. And some of the stuff like pud muddles, I'll say that every now and then on streams, like a pud muddle. It just strikes me as funny. But yeah, I've seen that bubber. It's funny. Ruth, thanks for the 2 there. No statement attached, but plenty of statement. Thank you. Again, appreciate you. Wanda, thanks for the tug. How to get merchandise? That's a good question. All you have to do is look up ThatUmbrellaGuy.com. That is where all merchandise is, and it is set up. We have all of our shirts, mugs, everything else. Again, ThatUmbrellaGuy.com. Very easy to find there, but yeah, thank you for asking too. We have a lot of stuff there. A lot of it's fun too. Slug, thanks for the 2. Still got to translate Zoomer for Megan. You probably have to translate Zoomer for me too. Like, I really don't understand a lot of it sometimes. Ruth, thanks for the 5. LOL, forgot to type anything. When my son was little, he told everyone he wanted to be a fire truck, but had a speech impediment, and it came out as a fire. Kids are hilarious with that kind of stuff. You know what's awesome too is in their honesty, their brutal honesty. People cut them so much slack because they're kids, of course, and you should. But it's amazing what little kids get away with. I love it. And John, thanks for the 5. Wait, Tug and Megan are at each other's throat, and they're talking, fighting, hickeys. LOL. I'm not sure there, but that is funny. That is funny. I don't know. You know, they did try to start a rumor that because we live stream together and are friends, apparently they don't understand the fact that men and women can be friends. You know, you can have your own life. And they started weird, nasty freaking rumors, or tried to anyway. And it's like, really? You know, and it's so bizarre when you think, like, again, Megan's never seen my face. You know, all the people I know, I think I saw Yellow Flash and Ricada Law at a convention once, and we were running around goofing off. So they saw my face, and there might have been 1 or 2 other people there. But by and large, like, most people have never even seen me real life. Again, people have doxed pictures, but that it's so crazy because you know most people don't even look that stuff up. Wolfgang, thanks for the 5. Kids supply the best laughs. Years ago, I had a friend whose young son always pointed out the funny Thai chicken. That's good. I like that one too. That's funny. Lisa, thanks for the 2 months there. My oldest once told the priest we were late because that fucker ran us off the road. She was 2 and never believed I said trucker. That's funny. That's kind of awesome telling the priest that. That's really good stuff. Oh, I like that. Joanne, thanks for the 5. Instead of hasta la vista, baby. Boy, you used to say pasta and pizzas, baby. That's so funny. That's good too. Oh, those kid enunciations are hilarious. I like that one as well. Dummy Doc, thanks for seeing. My wife and I found Christmas presents 6 months later. I know, you put them away. You're like, man, you know, I'm prepping. I'm prepping like early on. I find something. Yep. Find it a long time later. The little ones into Care Bears. Like, now it's amazing because yeah, seeing them have a resurgence, that's so bizarre. Like seeing a toy like you remember from way back when actually have a resurgence. But yeah, she's been into those, and one of the things that I put away was a Care Bear, so I think she'll enjoy knowing that. Lawanda, hey, thanks for the 5 there. When I was a kid, my sister and I couldn't say chitty chitty bang bang. We would always say shitty shitty bang. That's funny as well. I bet a lot of kids had problems with that too. I bet you there were armies of kids that had issues with that. That's funny. Liz, thanks for the 5 there. I have no idea how to pronounce that there. You said Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Can you even pronounce it? I don't even try, Liz. I don't even try. Like, I butcher basic English. So, no, don't even try it there. But have a good holiday, all from UK. I appreciate you. I hope everybody's having a great holiday time. And again, you are always welcome here. I appreciate all of you. John, thanks for the 2. Getting a tattoo is like therapy to me. Indeed, you know, I've not gotten me. I have 2 tattoos actually, and I have one on my forearm. It's I don't know what you call it, a snake vine maybe, and then I have an umbrella symbol on my hand. So those are the 2. That's how that umbrella guy started actually. You know, people look for some huge meaning and stuff like that. I used to do product reviews here, and I would import them over from like Amazon, and where I had that tattoo, people would, you know, you'd see it, and there was this one guy that would comment on everything, and he was like, "Oh my god, that umbrella guy again." So I thought that was funny. So that's how that umbrella guy actually started. Funny enough. I'm grabbing the Jeremy Hales link. I'll put it in a minute. I'm almost done there. Mistrust Loon, thanks for the 2. In our family, it was umbrella. She is for umbrella. That's funny. Umbrella. I like it as well. That's good. John, thanks for the 10. I taught my kids to love Star Wars, and they used to call me Darth Vader. Because mom's black and I turned to the dark side. That's really funny there. I didn't give a damn. If it's to a total stranger they were telling. Yes, kids will say things you're like, whoa, wait a minute. That's really funny, though, that your kids would say it that way. Kids say, I mean, they have no filter. And again, kids will get away with stuff that as adults, if we were to say it, people would flip out about it. But luckily, so I'm putting in a redirect real quick for Jeremy Hale. So again, I figure a lot of you will go there anyway. He has a live stream coming up in about 9 minutes or so. I don't want people to miss that. Actually, here's another puzzler. Thanks for the 5. Went to see Christmas Carol play, old theater with old statue. Youngest yells, is that a baggie? A Oh, I see. I actually, I've had my little ones mispronounce quite a few other things too. I have to think about them. Like when I sit down, I have to think about some of the things that they've said. You know. Oh, by the way, let me mention something too. So I had somebody gift me something, and this is wild. This is absolutely wild. So, as you know, and again, I'm not encouraging people to smoke or anything like that. In fact, far from it. But I had someone gift me a cigar. Oh, well, that's really cool, you know? So, you know, and then I looked it up. So, someone gifted me this. It has you can see my player, by the way, there. That's my Steam player. But they gifted me this. It comes with some sticker. Apparently, the sticker's a status symbol. I was like, that's really bizarre. Why? Well, apparently, and I don't know how they got it or anything like that, but they gifted me these are apparently $100 a piece. I was like, oh my gosh. And so I keep thinking, when is the appropriate time to smoke $100 cigar? Because there's no way in life that I would ever spend that much money on. That thing better taste like a miracle, you know? And even then, if I don't get like mutant powers or something, I don't know what to do with that. But I thought that was crazy. I was like, wow, that's really cool. Thanks, you know, appreciate that. And then I found out, I looked it up because I was curious about it. I didn't know the time. I was like, oh my gosh. So it was a crazy, awesome, random gift, but it was very cool. Kelly B, thanks for the vibe. I pronounced my F as B and K as T. So it was bishes. And titty instead of kitty. Yes, that stuff happens a lot with kids. Parents took me to see where all my mom apologized all day long. Yeah, my daughters have said things that I'm just, it shocked me with that kind of stuff. Just like, wow. And I've apologized to a lot of people, but yeah, you know, most people are like, it's a kid. The only thing sometimes, again, like if they comment on someone, kids they don't understand social cues. They haven't learned that yet. So sometimes they make statements that you're like, wow. SF noted, thanks for the two during Jeff's memorial stream. That would be one of his moments. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I'll say, because I was like, you know, there's not a time, like not during the stream or anything. That wouldn't be something I would do. You know, I mean, that's a box of certain types of them, you know. Again, that's awesome, but I don't even know what to think about that. But yeah. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to redirect you. Again, there's about 5 minutes left. So go raid Jeremy's live stream that he has coming up. It should be interesting. He has one set up again that's, it's talking about some of the developments that have gone on. So anyway, I appreciate you all. I'm sure we will end up live streaming again tomorrow. Yeah, we're planning on continuing the Shara depot. That is the plan. You know how days sometimes something comes up. If it does, we'll see. But anyway, I appreciate you folks, and we will end here. Thank you.